While the governments of the world figure out how to deal with superpowered humans and monstrous creatures that now roam Terra, what we can do to help, we do what we can to help. I mean, it's our responsibility, right? Though being a vigilante is still technically against the law, but honestly, I don't really care. If I have the power to help someone, I'm going to use it. Those with power have an obligation to use it for the betterment of humankind. And so I will continue to use my gifts to help even those I hate, so long as it is right, even if it is against the law.
Capes and Crooks, a superhero RPG utilizing core 5th edition rules with a unique twist. Take on the role of your own superhero or villain. Completely customizable origins, powers, and enhancements. Utilize advanced technology to aid in your mission. Join us in Cobalt City on the ultra-modern world of Terra. Dive into the political intrigue and chaos of a world still adjusting to superpowered citizens. In a world where what is right and what is the law often conflict. How will you choose to use your powers and conceal your identity? Capes and Crooks is a complete RPG game with everything you need to create a super experience sure to delight your players. Includes over 300 pages of content with full-color illustrations. Follow us at Critica.
Welcome everybody to it's a one-shot. It's a Capes and Crooks one-shot. Hey everybody, I am Adam DeWeese. If you don't know, I am I'm a part of the Majestic Goose Network. I don't know what my title is. So you can find me anywhere. And tonight I will be playing Filbert Fogel. You may know me, or Filbert rather, from Roll for Weird. He is usually in Monster of the Week, and he is usually a Doomsday Prepper expert, and he's not far off in this system, because the cool thing about Capes and Crooks, if you don't know, I'll give Justin a chance to talk about a little bit more than I will here, but it is a superhero TTRPG system that is compatible with 5e. So, a lot of the cool things about this system is that it's very flexible, and one of the, I guess it would be akin to the classes in D&D 5e, is there's a gadgeteer. And if you know Filbert, he loves his gadgets. So I will be playing Filbert, the gadgeteer. His origin, which is like the race in D&D, is training. So I don't have any superpowers. I just got a shotgun and some drones, but we'll see what we can mess up tonight. I'll just go down and around, and then we'll end with Justin being able to take it away as the GM. So, Danny, you want to describe your character?
Sure. I'm Danielle. I'm Danny. I'm going to be playing Robin Clark. And Robin is a scientist by day. She's got the genius background with the mystic origin. She was just, studying, working on her thesis, found this kind of neat looking old book, started reading it, and some stuff happened.
And then let's go over to good old Jerry Higgins, aka Gerundu.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Jerry Higgins. Jerry is a security guard at a chemical plant. And he spends his days in a CCTV control room doing not very much, because most of his job is automated now. So he spent a lot of his time experimenting with the culinary arts, trying to develop a perfect cooking oil, something that would be delicious and non-artery clogging. And to do that, he borrowed some chemicals from the plant. And over time, just from being trapped in a little room, he became greasy, extremely greasy. And he found that basically he became frictionless. So developed super speed. And his superhero alias is Greased Lightning.
Oh, I did not say my superhero name. I forgot. It is Figgy Z, which is also Filbert's Reddit user handle, I do believe. And then
Easy.
Big Easy, yes. And then we'll go up to the last, but certainly not least of our players, Chet Beastman.
Hey, I'm Jeremy, and I'm playing Chet Beastman, and I'm known as Beast Hunter. And Beast Hunter is an 8.5-foot tall beastman. He's a beast man, and he's like an 8.5-foot tall giant lion with these huge fists, and he's really loud and fast and big and punches people, and he also can shoot ice beams from his eyes and shoot fire from his mouth. He's pretty cool. He's technically the crime fighter class, and that's because beastmen were not always allowed to walk on the surface world. That's only happened relatively recently. They've been hiding underground in subterranean refuge for hundreds of years, and he used to be undercover as a spy, like trying to find a way to get the beast men able to be on the surface. But now with everyone having powers and all this kind of stuff, they just kind of started coming out of the woodwork. So as the beast hunter, part of his job is to keep the peace and make sure that the other beastmen are kind of behaving themselves. He doesn't want them to have a bad name for the beastmen as a whole.
So he's
Beastman.
But Beastman has an alter ego named Chet Beast. Like, how does he
Chet
go
Beast.
undercover?
Well, I mean, he just looked the same, but now he doesn't have to hide really. But he's still Chet Beastman,
Okay.
also known as Beast Hunter.
Attorney at law during the day. And then we'll go to...
Well, now he's a full-time superhero, but yeah, he used to be undercover.
And then our guest of honor tonight is Justin from the Crit Academy. Justin, welcome. What can you tell us about this system?
Oh man, dude. When I first decided I wanted to do a superhero RPG, I've done a lot of digging through other RPGs, and I had two things that needed to drive the decision for the system, which I chose as 5e, with a twist, I like to say. Because honestly, it's the world's most popular RPG, and it's easier to get people into a game when they already know the rules. So that's one of the things that drove the 5th edition rule set. Of course, the big difference would be the fact that our system for Capes and Crooks does not have subclasses. Instead, we strip classes down to roles, and we've opted to give the players hundreds of possible options to fully build a character around a role that they want. So that's what I think makes Capes and Crooks so unique. For instance, everyone, if you pick the brute role, for instance, that's very typically like a Hulk style play, but you could easily pick up telepathic powers and telekinesis and then change the power of the brute from brute force to brute mental fortitude. So psychically throwing people around, psychic barriers, absorbing damage and all that stuff. And we really wanted to expand on the idea of character customization, because while I love 5e very, very much, it certainly lacked customization, and I thought that I could do that. And so thus Capes and Crooks kind of was born of that. And I think it turned out okay. My favorite part, I'd have to say, is the evolving powers, how they get stronger and do different things as they get higher up. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I know we all had a lot of fun making our characters, and I actually didn't even think about the subclasses thing while I was making my character until just when you said that there was no subclasses. I was like, oh yeah, there wasn't, because there's a lot of other stuff to kind of fill that flexibility instead. Yeah. But yeah, if nobody has any questions for Justin before we start, I think Justin, we're ready for you to take it away.
Wonderful. Welcome, heroes. Are you prepared to embark on a fantastic journey?
I guess so. I just gotta stir my chili.
So I'm really excited to run this. For the purposes of this adventure, for the fact that it's a one shot and we're trying to fit it in, there are going to be some assumptions made. You guys have already kind of formed your team. Does your team have a name? Every superhero team has a name.
We need one. Gerunder's usually our naming guy. Well, Gerunder and Jeremy are both really good at naming stuff. Me and Danny are not so hot.
No.
Well, while he's thinking about the team name, keep that in mind, because you're going to, by the end of it, if you're truly the heroes, you're going to want people to know, right? maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. So this adventure takes place in Cobalt City, on the planet of the ultra modern world of Terra, where science, technology, and lost ancient magics kind of exist, but haven't been really around until just recently. When I say recent, I'm saying the last 25 years or so. So this is very new. The world governments are trying to figure out what to do with these people. So the world is kind of crumbling around everybody. The city, the corporation of Vane created these massive cities so that deviants, which are the names of people with powers, whether seen or unseen, can live in relative peace. At least that was the thought behind it, because, when 20% of the world's different, they're going to have problems with that, right? And so they kind of gave him a safe haven. Unfortunately, as our good friend Jerry Higgins mentioned earlier in his monologue, that not everything goes according to plan when everyone with powers is together. So you guys are wandering wandering the streets of Cobalt City, and you picked up a distress call on the holovid, aka the television, the news. Think very much the holo pads for Star Wars. The little 3D digital stuff. Mm-hmm. And you noticed that there was an explosion reported at the local bank. So you guys have made your way there in your alter egos and your secret identities at the moment. For those that don't know, it's still against the law to be a vigilante and to help. So it's not exactly welcoming to people. There is a constant struggle in the city and around the world about whether it's okay to let civilians try to help other people, or is it more of a danger? So because of that, it's still against the law. So most heroes do their business as privately as they can. Because of this, Vane dispatches what's called the DRT. In the city, there's two groups of law enforcement. You have the CCPD, which are like the police, and then you have the DRT, which are automatons designed to deal with deviants. So they don't get called always right away, so they're always kind of a little far behind. So that's where we're going to take our adventure off. The area around this massive 10-story bank is in chaos. The CCPD members in their blue uniforms are setting up their perimeter of caution holotape, which is basically a holographic kind of barrier. Nothing physically stopping you from crossing. The growing crowd murmurs and points to the billowing smoke that is coming from the main entrance of this building. The smell of burnt rubber and hot metal fills your nostrils. A stoic female with bright red hair stands at the head of the crowd's cacophony, giving orders. Now, you guys have seen her, and she's recognizable as Commissioner Jordan of the CCPD. A young female officer with silver skin approaches you and kind of nudges you. Hey, keep back. This is a serious situation. Dangerous deviant is inside with hostages, and there's already been an explosion. Please, for your own safety, return to your home. Go. And then her and other policemen are trying to usher you guys back. So you have a few options here as the crowd kind of is, making noise and bustling around you. You can take this opportunity. You have the urge to help, right? That's why you guys are here. You are heroes. That urge is kind of ticking in you, but you don't have enough information. So you can choose to dive right into trying to get into the bank without anybody seeing, or you can try to stick around and poke around with the policemen and the citizens to try to gather a little bit more information before you go charging in. What is it you would like to do? Is there anything what actions would your characters like to take?
I've got a kind of an out of character question. Is how's the crowd reacting to Chet over there, Chet Beastman?
So right now there are people around you of all different colors. This is a city of deviants, so it's not unusual to see somebody abnormal. There is a few people that kind of are hesitant to approach, because while people are welcome here that are different, he's a little too different. And you see, a little young girl, probably no more than 13 years old, kind of pushing up against her balding dad as she kind of pulls away, and she keeps looking back at him. I assume your big fangs are kind of always just present, right? Is that the right guy?
Yes, a very intense face at all times.
Yeah, and so you can see her kind of clench onto her dad, and her dad looks up at you, and she kind of nods an apology and moves her to the other side.
It's all right. Hey, what happened here?
One of the locals says, he said, "Hey, I thought your beastmen were smart. Can't you see the building's on fire? Duh." Kind of a snarky young kid with a sideward cap, has golden eyes.
And how did it start on fire? Wasn't like that yesterday.
This is why your kind should just go walk the dogs or something, all right? Obviously, it was an explosion, you fool. He kind of just spits to the ground. A cop one of the CCPD just kind of ushers him over and is kind of pushing people around. It's like a young man, probably, I don't know, 17 or 18, walks up and says, "Sir, there was an explosion. That's why it's on fire, and the doors are collapsed."
How long ago was this? Any suspects? I just feel like you just yelled.
So he goes, no need to yell, sir. To my understanding, it wasn't not but 15 minutes ago. I was just sitting over there, and he points to a little tiny like hovel inside of between two buildings where it would normally be an alley, but you see kind of like a high-tech hot dog stand, and it's got like 4 little stools. He's like, I was just sitting over there eating my brat, and it just went the explosion. It rang everything. All the windows were jarring. Immediately the CCPD were called, and well, that's where we're at now.
Oh, geez, that's pretty nice. But what about the brat?
Oh, you know what? I actually dropped it on the ground. He points over there. You see a tiny little like a poodle chihuahua thing eating it. He's like, a bastard.
Oh, jeez. Well, at least it's not gonna waste. Somebody's enjoying it.
Jared, we'll get you a hot dog right after this. Okay, we stopped this. We figured it out. We cracked the crime. You know what I'm saying? We cracked the crime.
We've got to help these people. I know, but it's just a shame to see a good sausage go to waste. That's all.
It didn't though. That doggy, look at that thing.
Well, exactly. That's why I had to find out. There was just, some things you just got to investigate.
Like the bomb.
You see, I'm very
happened.
perceptive. There's a bomb exploded over there. We should probably look into that.
Yeah, instead of the hot dogs, bombs.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Robin's been writing this down, everything that she's hearing, writing in a little notebook. And I want to look at the building and see, can I tell, was it like an underground explosion? Was it higher up in the building?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
That is 8.
All right. So with all the crowd bustling around and everything, it's kind of hard to get a good view. But listening, you overhear one of the policemen talking to Commissioner Jordan, and you overhear that she mentions that the explosion came from just inside the doorway, making it impossible to enter right now. They're going to have to clear it before they can get in, which will take at the very least 10 minutes. But during that, part of their concern is that there is 8 hostages inside, as far as they know. And so they don't dare try to remove everything while there's hostages in there with crazed deviants.
Forget your sausages, Jerry. There's people's lives at risk.
I know, I heard. I think the thing is I can probably squeeze through the rubble because, with my grease powers, I'm pretty, amorphous. I can sort of shift like that.
Nice.
I can just jump over. I'll race you there.
Is As a gadgeteer, is Filbert proficient in technology?
I do believe I am. Yes, I had that written down. But it was
Go
on my
ahead and
other
give
sheet.
me a technology check, please.
Okay.
Whew, I almost dropped my water. That'd have been really bad.
So that would be a total of a 12.
All right, so you pull down a little visor alongside your head, and you tap on your wrist, and a hologram pops up, and you start running it very Iron Man-esque. You're side scrolling left and right, and you realize that you're attempting to hack into the police broadband wireless signal, and you kind of do a little twist thing, and all these little circuits and stuff are blowing some codes. You pop up with and it feeds back, and you successfully are able to gather some bits of the conversation. Unfortunately, before you get too much, the signal kind of cuts off. You've seen this before. The CCPD and the DRT constantly use encryption, so you were only able to hack it for a second, but you were able to gather a small piece of information, and it was suspect potentially Bright Bomber is all you're able to gather out of it before the encryption knocked you out.
All right. If you all aren't quite ready to just rush right in there and hop in and super speed your way in there, super grease your way in there, pardon me, Jerry. Apparently this was a Bright Bomber. Y'all know anything about Bright Bombers?
It sounds bad. I mean, the explosions probably, right?
The bomber parts got me a little worried, yeah.
Well, it would explain the exploded building, at least, I guess.
Everyone can go ahead and give me a lore check. In Capes and Crooks, we consolidated history, religion, and arcana into one skill.
Oh. Well, I've got a very good high intelligence. However, rolling a 4 or rolling a 5 will not help much. So that's going to be a total of 9.
Okay. Anybody else?
Jerry just got a 6. He doesn't know a lot about these cockamamie deviants. He just knows about cooking.
got a
Fine
7.
cuisine.
That would be a 21.
Gee, thank you, Danny.
We got a smart one here.
I'm a book
Danny, what was your alter ego, your backstory?
She is called the Scarlet Falcon. She's working on learning to fly. She's maybe not so good at it yet, but
You spend a lot of time studying, it looks like.
yes.
Wonderful. So, as you were going through the holodecks, you were able to find. You kind of keep up on the happenings, especially deviant related as of late. All the variety of manifesting powers and skills kind of intrigues you. And you've recently stumbled across several articles pertaining to a person known as the Bright Bomber. While they don't know who it is, this person is referred to the Bright Bomber because they have managed to outsmart the CCPD, the DRT, and any deviants heroes that have pursued the Bright Bomber since about 6 months ago, where it first started. This trend first started, where stuff started just blowing up, and the Bright Bomber was connected to. One thing you can tell without fail is that the intelligence of this person is genius level, which makes this person very difficult to capture, which is why he or she is still on the run.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that I'm on the case, since I'm a bit of a genius too.
Right. All right, so you guys got
one of us.
You've got some pretty interesting information at the moment. Does everyone want to go ahead and give me a perception check, please?
Absolutely.
I'll also accept investigation if you're better at that.
Oh, I had my first good roll at the night.
22.
Nice.
21.
Nice.
What'd you get, Jeremy?
Got 23.
What? Everyone got
My
above a 20?
expertise.
What's happening?
All right, so you guys have gathered the information you need. Apparently, you know that there is at least 8 hostages inside this building. The deviant suspect is codenamed Bright Bomber for obvious reasons. And you also know that the DRT are on their way. That usually gives you about 15 to 20 minute lead time. You do know that if the DRT arrive and they capture you, you don't know what happens exactly when the DRT take you, but once the DRT take people who break the law that are deviants, generally they are not really heard from. Some people believe they're kicked out. Some people believe they're arrested and sent somewhere. It's unsure. So whatever you got to do, you got to get in and get out before they arrive. As you guys are trying to tactically decide on the best course of action, you locate several potential entry points that you can use. I know that Jerry Higgins definitely is confident he can probably melt through the front rubble. Unfortunately, everyone seems to be watching that area. So if you do go in, they will see you. For clarification, everyone is in their alter ego forms right now. So you'll have to change to your super suits before you can I mean, I guess you don't have to, but you don't want your character, your alter ego and your super persona to be obvious to people. Otherwise, they'll just come and get you and arrest you and take you away wherever they're doing with people. And so you guys start noticing a couple different positions of entry. The first thing that really jumps off jumps out obvious is that there is a side entrance that the police have roped off, but are mostly just patrolling. They're not actively guarding. And you also spot a secondary entrance that looks like you could jump from the building nearby. It's only about a 15 to 20 foot jump from the rooftop to the second floor of the bank. And so you've spotted a few different entries to go in. The CCPD surrounds, the building from mostly all sides. And you know that the hostages don't have much time. The police's inaction may be the death of innocence if somebody doesn't do something, if you don't do something. So now we have to decide the approach that you want to take to get into the building. As I mentioned, there's a couple different approaches if you want to be, and this depends on your characters entirely. Have you guys ever done a skill challenge by chance?
Yeah. I have ran one.
Okay, wonderful. So what this is, it's going to be a series of skill checks for you guys to infiltrate into the building. So if you've got a skill or a feature or a power that you excel at, that's probably the one you're going to want to do. So, Robin, what is the best approach, do you think, for you to try to infiltrate this bank with being unseen?
I think that the best approach is to get around a far side or near, like very out of view, being very stealthy, and get within 30 feet, probably a little bit closer, 20 feet of a window that I can see through. And then use my superpower to flicker and move to a space up to 30 feet away that I can see.
Ooh. All right. That's really good. I like that. So before we resolve that, actually, what I'll do is I'll have you guys resolve what you're going to do. You'll go ahead and roll, and then I'll narrate it all at once for time purposes. So go ahead and give me a stealth roll to get close enough without being spotted.
That is 12.
All right. Jerry, what does Jerry see as the best way to get in? Is he going to chase down and follow his friend Robin, or is he going to take a different route?
I think Jerry's going to try and perceive a path in the sort of like patrolling routes of the officers from the outside. So
all right. Go ahead and give me...
Pick his moment. So
you're basically going to watch the patrolling policeman and then try to find an opening. Okay.
An opening window. So use my super speed.
I got you. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
That was a 19.
Nice. All right. Chet, what direction? How's Chet going to go about infiltrating?
So chat's actually very fast and sneaky. I have a +9 to stealth as an ex-spy. And being a beast man who's actually been living in the surface world all these years, he's actually pretty good at not being seen somehow. And
except when he talks, right?
Yeah, someone's yelling constantly. But I'm going to try to stick with Robin, and then I'm gonna I'll just climb up the wall into the window or something.
All right,
That's
go ahead and
how
give
he
me a
looks
stealth
at
check.
That is a 27.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I love it. And then, of course, how is Filbert going to approach?
I'm gonna follow Robin, thinking that Robin will probably come up with the best plan of the group. So I'm gonna try to stick by her.
So you're going to follow along with her, but she's going to teleport into the building. So how are you going to get in?
So I am going to try to. I'm not the sneakiest, but seeing everybody else with their superpowers, I'm gonna try to not be the weight that's dragging everybody else down. I'm gonna try to follow the lead and to just like it's more of, instead of like stealthing, it's more of just trying to blend in by being so. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pick up a ladder. Can I find a ladder somewhere? I actually have something for Doomsday Prepper where I can it's called Jerry Rig, where I can find pieces. I don't know if it fits exactly here.
No, I will do that. So go ahead and give me a survive. We'll do a survival check for this.
Oh, that is something that, that's a 7 plus, or I mean not 7, a 12 plus a 2. I thought I had a plus a 7 in that, but I thought.
All right, so that's a 14.
14, yeah.
All right, so let's run through this. So, you guys kind of duck into an alley. Everyone's focus is on the explosion and the fire and the whole happenings inside the Cobalt Credit Union. So Robin, Jerry, Chet, and Filbert, you guys tuck into a quick alley. You change into your super suits, kind of looking around, making sure nobody's spotting on you. And Robin takes off with Jerry is kind of on the lookout, and he's waiting for the opportunity. He says, all right, I'll give you the command. I'll watch the policeman. He passes the command. You guys kind of sneak around as the CCPD are distracted as they're making their way through the crowd, and he yells for an opening. You guys kind of dash that way. Unfortunately, at that point, Jerry is left behind because he spotted you, but luckily he spots a small little sewer that appears to run right into the building. So he goops down. I think you got the amorphous, right, where you can goop down. Yeah. All right, so you goop down, and like a pile of mud, you kind of just dribble and roll into the sewer and drip, 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 drip down and head towards the bank that way.
Beautiful.
As Robin gets close to the door first, she kind of just looks around. How does your teleport look? Is it like a poof of smoke, or does it open a portal?
It's a poof of smoke.
All right, so you poof away. What color?
It is sort of a silvery gray.
All right, so you poof away in a silvery, and you guys look, and she's looking down from the window at you. It's then that at that point, Clet, is it Clet? Chet.
Yeah, Chet.
I should actually spell it.
Chet
Chet Beastman, you look up and you kind of grit your teeth and you let out a kind of a little, and your claws kind of come out, and you just you try to climb up to the window. You grab your finger and you cut out a with the glass with your fingernail and just pop it open, unclick it, and slide it open. And then here comes Filbert right behind you, looking around. He sees a over in the corner behind the he sees a couple trash cans. They're futuristic trash cans, kind of like R2-D2, right? And he kind of just starts, he slides one over and he balances. He can't get it quite right. So he pulls out like a little tool and jerry rigs to make the surface flat and starts stacking a couple of them on top and climbs up on top through the window as you, just as you finish climbing in. At this point, you look up and you see this blooping dripping out from a sprinkler, and drop down with a put, and forms into your buddy Jerry Grease Lightning Higgins as he pleps right next to you.
Hey, it's some nice work. Oh God, I smell awful. I think that was charitably described as mud, but
Oh, Jerry.
hey, look, it wasn't my choice.
Yo, I won! And I'm gonna slap him on the back, but then it's all over my hand, and he's all greasy. And it's
all wobbly and greasy. Yeah.
Y'all know I have no powers, right? Like I didn't even get a second. No, I don't.
I don't got no doohickeys. I got a flashlight and a ladle. You got all the fancy toys.
Is this how Batman feels in the Justice League?
Yeah.
Like, really? All right. So you guys, you managed to plop in. You quickly, as you look out, you can see the police. They're looking around, and they're going to see you if you don't like block the way. So as Filbert is climbing in, he almost makes eye contact before he flicks, and the blinds come dropping down. He's like, "You ain't gonna spot me." And you guys quickly block the view of the policeman. Sorry, I had to check to see the score there for the skill challenge. So as you guys enter this part of the bank, the area inside the bank is surprisingly empty. The police sirens are muffled by the office walls and the lights dancing around from their police cruisers. Likely the bank had just opened when the villain attacked, so most of the office appears empty and quiet, with the exception of a humming sound, a few humming sounds that could appear to be echoing down the halls. The bank is a complex labyrinth of cubicles and office rooms, so you're not exactly sure where the hostages are or where the villain is currently at. You obviously can assume that they're probably at the vault. Does anybody have any reason why they would have been in this building before?
I mean, it's a local bank. That might be where I keep my money. I don't know that I necessarily would have explored too deeply, but I feel like I would know, like, at least the public areas.
Filbert buries all of his money, so I've never been here.
That's awesome. So you do have a general understanding. You came in through the second window. While you're not sure where the bank room is, the bank vault room, you can at least have some idea of the general layout of the first floor. The second floor appears to mostly be offices, so you're kind of flying blind here, but you do recall spotting a complex series of do not pass signs on the first floor. So it's possible the vault is down one of those passages, but you would have to get to that location first. So how do you guys want to approach that right now? You are on the second floor of this bank, and it's kind of a confusing, almost a labyrinth, if you will, wink, wink, of offices that all look identical. Go ahead.
If they're following regulations, there should be a fire sign somewhere. So I want to look near the door. I want to find a fire map, because there's going to be one of those. You have to get out of here safely.
Give me a perception check for that. That's great. I love that.
That would be 18.
All right. So you hear this kind of humming as you stick your head out of this office. You realize this office you're in clearly belongs to a bigwig. It's almost like it's got a big giant white window. It's got a really nice desk, and then it's got a really big table. So the guy must be important. But you poke your head out, and the humming gets louder, and you can tell across the room, kitty corner from you, is an red emergency exit sign hanging from the ceiling. And then as you're kind of poking around, that you capture a glimpse of something passing between the cubicles at about, chest height, but then quickly disappears. So you don't get a good look at it, but it appears to be some round hovering object passing down the halls. If you're trained in technology, go ahead and give me a technology check.
Yes, I will do that. And also, I forgot this earlier, but I also have the Hacker Enhance. So you gain proficiency in... That's how I had the proficiency in technology. I forgot how I had it. You gain 3 ADEPT points. Whenever you make an ability check using investigation or technology, you can spend 1 ADEPT point to roll a d6. I would like to do that also. Yes, definitely. That was an 8. Wow, plus a 1. So it's going to be an 8 plus a 1. Plus my proficiency is 3. So 12 again. Not super great. I'm not rolling very hot tonight.
So are you going to use that at that point?
I did. I only got a 1 from it.
That sucks. So what I will tell you is that you actually recognize that humming noise. It is a very familiar sound to something that uses an acclivity rod, which is the devices that allow things to hover. They're on cars. They're on pretty much anything that floats or hovers has acclivity rods on it. What is Chet Beastman doing at the moment?
Well, I mean, we all just got up here, and I guess I was waiting for them to kind of decide on some sort of idea.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception roll, will you?
Okay. It's not going to be good. Let's see. That's going to be... That's a non-natural 1.
Did you take keen senses at all as part of your enhancement, or no? Which I don't know which beast folk trait you took.
No, I got the feline agility.
Okay. All right. So something in here smells, and you go, and it's really assaulting your sensitive nostrils, and then you just kind of look over at your buddy Grease Lightning and realize the stank is coming from him.
Look, it's not my fault. I had to get in somehow. It was the sewer. I'm sorry.
So Robin, you did spot the exit, but you also spotted some strange hovering objects floating between the offices.
Well, does anybody want to be invisible? Because I think I kind of want to be invisible, and I can make one other person invisible with me.
That sounds like a good plan.
Well, hold on there, Jerry. I believe I can make all of us invisible.
I am already like the shadows themselves.
Nope. You're pretty big. Are
you talking about your cloaking device from your drones there?
Yeah, I was gonna set my drones to cloak. I think I can do up to 6 creatures. Right, my character sheet cut off, so I can't quite see it. But
does it have a scroll wheel?
It did until I saved it and then reopened it, and now I can't
happen
scroll
to have
anymore.
the same power, but from a slightly different source. So,
yeah, go ahead and read that off if you don't mind.
So your gadget or device releases microscopic mirror-coated drones that surround the area around you. They mask you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has plus 10 bonus to dexterity, stealth checks, and can't be tracked except by magical and bioscanners. It could be this thing is a bioscanner.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking this thing, we definitely want to stay away from it because it's either some kind of... It's hovering, so it's probably not a person, right? So it's probably some sort of like security drone, or it could be just like a fax machine. But,
That's awesome.
better safe than sorry.
I'm stealing that fax machine. Just hovers to people's offices and spits out shit. Oh, this is one office over there. Fax 3089.
Nobody uses me anymore.
I remember back in my day, I didn't hover at all. It was boring. Nobody came and see me. All right, so with Robin's direction, you're able to clearly figure out where to go with her lead. And you got you, so you're using Jerry Higgins' device, right?
Oh, you could. Philbert was going to do it instead of.
Oh, okay. Filbert's going to do it?
I just read it. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I'll do it. So I've got so like one of my main things is having a bunch of drones. So this is just some more microscopic drones that I'm able to hover out. So yeah, it is each creature you can choose within 30 feet. So everyone gather around. We got to stay within 30 feet. Bubble, remember the friend bubble we call it.
I'm right here, Phil.
Yeah, I can. I was talking to Chet, who's about to bust out through the
I'm
door.
over here. You couldn't even see me.
No, I could see you, buddy.
Nope.
I could see you. Yeah, let's gather around and just stay close to the drones, and they'll help you avoid the scanners of the fax machine.
Okay. Everyone give me stealth checks at advantage, and I will. Well, actually, I don't. I think it just says you're. Yeah.
Everyone gets plus 10, it says. Yeah. Well, I got an 18. Of course, I roll good when I don't really need to roll that good.
So plus 10, so that's 28.
26.
It's actually a 30 because I also have a plus 2. So plus 2, plus 10. So 30 for me.
Yeah, I
If that's stacks, then yeah, that's a 30 for me too.
I got a 1, which gives me a 20 because I got plus 19, and then I rolled a 17, so it's a 36.
All right, so are you guys? Even though you're invisible with these reflecting drones, I assume you're still going to actively try to avoid the floating objects.
Absolutely.
All right. So as you guys are kind of, I don't want to say crawling, but casually, stealthily moving with very ginger steps, although you're invisible, you still give off sound, but you're being kind of muffled by the sound absorbers by the drones. So you guys are making your way, twisting through the complex offices, and you can see, Jill's name and Johnson and Val and then poor Toby doesn't even get a regular name tag. He's just got one with him scribbled on marker. Don't know what happened to Toby, but apparently he doesn't get a plaque, but whatever. So you guys make your way through, and you come to the exit sign. And as you do, one of the drones is coming towards you. It's probably about 60 feet away at the moment. So one thing about Capes and Crooks and Theater of the Mind is we use a range band. So the conditions are you're engaged, which means you're in melee range. A short distance usually means the target or enemy is within 30 feet. And then medium is 60 to 30 feet, which is usually 2 movements, except for speedster and some people with feline agility and stuff like that. And then long is 90 feet or 3 movements, and then extreme, we worry about that unique circumstances. This thing is coming at you. It's not coming at you, but it's just kind of droning on. It's just kind of towards you. If you guys actually get a good look at this, it's something you've kind of seen before. It showed up on the holovids and everything. They sell them as tools for self-protection. They're known as sentry drones. And you are aware that they do carry bioscanners, but those bioscanners only work out to about 30 to 40 feet. So as this thing is heading towards you, you guys quickly open the door and make your way down into the stairwell where the I'm sorry, you're not to the stairwell yet. Down the hallway where the exit sign peaks, and I assume as you go through the door, you close it behind you. And as you enter a new area, it's a much larger area because you just came out of one of the side office sections. This one's much more open, but you can see about 8 of the drones floating around on this floor, and you can see the stairwell at the end of the room. You guys have to get through the drones. Now you guys have a ridiculous stealth, so I don't suspect. I don't think that that's going to be an issue. But this room is 80 feet by 40 feet. So that does make it kind of difficult. So you will not have advantage, but since you're invisible, you still have a ridiculous check. So go ahead and give me stealth checks unless somebody's going to do something else.
So is it 80 feet tall or 80 feet?
80 feet long. It's a big rectangular room.
It's only 10 feet long, but it's 80 feet tall. No,
the ceiling's about 10 feet high.
I got 24 total.
Jesus.
It had 20 total.
It's a 9 plus 16, 25.
Do we still have advantage?
No, but we've still got my plus 10.
I literally rolled a 1 again, which is still a 20.
Yeah, Jerry gets his look. He's in his superhero grease lightning gear, which is.
How does that look? I didn't even actually ask you how your guys' gear looked.
It's his high school wrestling unitard, but with a. with
the
a
grease is just
bolt.
Teenage sweat.
Well, it's his cooking grease that he's become a kind of a greasy amorphous blob, really, to the point that he doesn't need to disguise his face because it's amorphous, so he just molds it into this like blank ball. But anyway, he does a little run up and then slides on his stomach like a slip and slide, and the grease just means he just accelerates and makes very little noise.
That's funny. So you guys are kind of making your way through. Mr. Amorphous is also the speedster, right?
That's right.
So you get kind of bored, so you're just kind of darting around to pass the time while everyone else is kind of, approaching the doorway. You stop, you kind of look. Everyone else is moving almost in like a kind of a slow motion to you. You kind of getting impatient. You're like, come on, people, let's go. At this point, you guys get towards the end. We're going to blow right through that. You start making your way down the stairs to the first floor. I assume that's where you wanted to go based on Robin believing that the vault may be on the first floor. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
So you start making your way down the sets of stairs. They're kind of switchbacks, and they go down a couple flights. And Jerry and all right. So as you guys are heading down, who would go down first?
I think not Jerry, because then we'll all slip from his grease trail.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, I'm pretty stealthy, but I also leave a trail. It's gonna be pretty grim down a steep flight of stairs.
I just moved quickly, and I'm like super like, yeah, let's go. So I'm probably just rushing ahead.
Yeah, chat. You go ahead and take point.
I leap like 4 stairs at a time.
Well, hold on now, chat. You do still need to stay around my drones. So I'm gonna be in the middle.
All right. So with Chet Beastman leading the pack. See what I did there? You guys start heading down to the bottom of the stairs, and as soon as he gets to the bottom of the stairs, you hear a click. What do you do, Robin?
I hear a click. Well, shit. She probably swears, and then
much like
presses herself
Danny.
against the wall.
Throw yourself against the wall? Yep. All right. What does Jerry do when he hears the click? For you, it's like a click.
Hey guys, heads up! And then Jerry just slides back up the banister of the stairs.
Okay. Chet, you heard a click. What are you gonna do?
He's going to jump up and push both his palms on the either side of the walls and hold himself in place.
Is he?
Filbert, your buddy went down. You heard a click. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to stop in place and start to just walk backwards, follow my tracks back up the stairs, a couple steps.
For clarification, Chet jumped up and pinned his arms, right? Is that correct?
Because he felt like something was about to collapse beneath his feet.
All right.
Oh,
so
God,
as soon as he does that, a small, nearly invisible disc shoots up to about chest level, and you see these little barrels expand out from it, and dozens of lasers go in all directions. And because all Chet did is jump, he's gonna I'm gonna need saves, dexterity saves from everybody, but Robin and Jerry, we're gonna give you advantage, and Chet and
It's
Filbert.
gonna take some lasers to the groin.
That's what I was thinking. I'm just picturing him like, okay, so he's got
And
his
Chet
legs spread.
basically just caused this jump up thing, and it basically landed right where he was at. And same thing with Filbert. He just kind of took a few steps back. So you two have to make dex saves as normal. And Robin and Jerry, because they took actions to get out of the way of whatever they didn't see, we're gonna go ahead and grant them advantage. The DC is 17.
Yeah, I'm glad for that.
I rolled a
That
17.
first one
I
was
got a
22.
I got a 19 plus a 2 at 21.
a 20.
It's-
3.
Why do we all roll good or bad together?
I rolled a 20 there.
Just go with it.
Failure is a team effort.
A natty 20 that time.
Wow, nice.
All right. So if you succeeded, if you failed the roll, you take 21 radiant damage as lasers just in all directions. Chunks are falling out of the building or out of the walls. The stairs start to kind of cave from all the laser blasts in it. If you succeeded, you take half damage, so 10.
Oh no, that's still a lot.
Yeah. As this laser, shit, I forgot what the name of the type of trap was when it jumps in. Bouncing Betty. This
That's
Bouncing
fine.
Betty just went up in the air and sent out just a barrage of lasers.
Just as a piece of trivia about the Bouncing Betty, in the UK Armed Forces, it was called the D-Bolliker. Because it would explode at groin height and take your nuts off. True story.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can look it up.
So, Robin, you actually managed to duck just behind where the switchback is. So you only you succeeded, right?
Yes.
So you only managed to kind of catch a laser to the leg, and Jerry, you greased lightning. The click was so you quickly just ran kind of as quickly as you could right back up towards the edge of the stairs to avoid some of it, but it did blast through chunks of the floor, and it still did catch you, something you weren't expecting. Unfortunately, poor Chet just took a full-on blast right to the chest. Full frontal, and those shots pierced through and hit Filbert. As soon as it's done, it crackles with energy and kind of just drops lazily to the ground.
Oh, geez, that was nasty. You need some first aid there, bud?
It wasn't so bad.
Okay, if you say so.
We should probably go a little, just like a tad slower.
I need a Constitution saving throw for that power you used. I think doesn't the optical camo have concentration?
Concentration, it is, yeah.
The cloaking thing?
Yep.
It is, definitely.
Getting blasted with lasers will definitely give you something to think about.
So I rolled a 16. I don't think my con is terrible. My con, is it a saving throw?
Concentration check. Saving throw,
Check.
I think it's a saving throw, right?
So
There's
it's
no
either-
skill for that. So.
Yeah, so it's either 16 plus a 2 or 16 plus a 5 because the Gadgeteer has Constitution as a...
Oh, that's right. One of the benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says concentration check, so I assume it's just your...
Just a plus 2, so an 18.
Yeah. So you do manage to hold it. So as this thing is barraging, you quickly toss in a couple commands into your drone as this thing's kind of shocking. You're able to keep them steady and stable and activated before they disengaged. You are now well aware that the bomber has placed explosives or traps of sorts around this area. Unfortunately, you're stronger and made of sterner stuff, so you encroach up to the main doorway, which now is pelted full of holes, and there's a small window up at the top that allows you to peer into the first floor room.
Well, let's carefully take a look, make sure there's nothing else in the way.
Yeah, Chet, you mind coming down from there and hanging back?
Fine. I could have stayed up here longer, though.
We know, Chet.
He says that, and he's got big holes in parts of his mane.
Yeah.
His whole main's like fucking
Cinched
shaved
off.
off. Chet, oh, we
jeez.
know, Chet. We know. You've showed us back at the HQ. You've showed us how long you could do that spider move, and it's very impressive.
It's
Chet,
really
but-
impressive when you were just like holding up the chimney for like that whole day.
Yeah,
Before the builders could come and fix it. It was really impressive.
it was nice. But right now, we just need to make sure that we're actually checking for traps, because I don't know if that was the bank or the Bright Bomber who set that one, and that's speaking to American capitalism right there.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
really funny. All right.
God bless America. Now let's look for
think-
traps, everybody.
I think Robin wanted to peek through the window. Is that correct?
Well, looking for traps first before I get to the door. I don't want to set anything else off, thank you.
So as you guys make your way towards the door, give me perception checks, please. Or investigation checks, please.
That would be 28.
Jeez.
You run your hands and fingers down the sides of the. Well, we'll let everyone else go first. Go ahead and give me an investigation too.
That was a 2.
Looks clear.
It's all
Pretty
good.
good to me, guys. I think that was the last one.
Mine was a investigation. Yeah, 19 plus 4, 23. It's really feast or famine on the Google Dice Roller.
What about Beastman?
Got a 14.
So you go take a big deep breath. Smells clear. Both Robin and Filbert. Robin, you kind of hold out your hand and you form this kind of arcane magnifying glass as you kind of start looking around for any semblance of death. You don't, nothing seems to jump out at you. Filbert, you pull up a hologram and it kind of overlays on the area looking for any abnormalities, and nothing seems to jump out of you aside from the holes that weren't there a few moments ago that don't really line up perfectly with your scanners. It looks clear to the door anyway.
All right, scans all clear. Chet, you wanna?
It's go time!
Or we can
Okay.
look through the door first.
I can squeeze underneath and look even. Okay,
Yeah,
he's
we
kicking.
should
He's
look.
kicking the door.
Well, I'm
Everybody.
gonna rush. I'm gonna run forward and then try to open the door. Is it locked? Is it open?
The door is not open. There's a small window. I'm sorry. You asked if the door was open.
Well, does it open? I'm not gonna kick through it, but I would try to
Is it
open it.
unlocked?
When you grab onto the switch, it looks unlocked. Now it's not a handle. Most of the doors are more of the Star Wars kind of thing. Yeah. And there is a panel that is green that seems to indicate that it is unlocked.
Is it like a hand scanner thing? Because my hand's like 4 times the size.
Yep.
I'm just gonna look at everyone. Are we ready?
Well,
Wait, did
I guess-
you yell that?
Well, he said it in his normal excited tone.
He
Yes.
said it, so yes, he yelled it.
It's
Just
kinda
making
not-
sure.
kind of undermines your stealth when you're just yelling all the time.
You guys are still technically invisible too, so.
Just an invisible shout coming from a corridor. All right, I guess. Well, yeah, I'm ready. So
No, I want to look through the window. I want to see what we're walking into first.
Well, you gotta hurry up because this big guy's gonna just kick the fucking door down.
I press my face to the window to see what.
All right. So as you peer through this, you recognize the scenery, albeit from a different angle than you're used to. While you can't, your field of view is kind of narrowed to this little window. You can see where the clerk teller desk area is. You can also see the bits of rubble strewn out kind of on the ground, the ginormous pillars that hold up the 80-foot high ceiling. Okay, maybe it's not 80 foot, the 18-foot high ceiling, but they got these big pillars, and there's 4 on each side that support this main entry. It's big area, and you can see rubble kind of strewn. The entry door is to the left, but it's outside your line of sight from here. You don't see any villains, but you do spot several, and by several I mean, at least 4 of the sentry drones kind of wandering around in the area, and you can't see far enough to the right to see down the hall where you believe the vault might be. But you can at least tell that there are sentry drones wandering in this area. You do not see from your vantage point any hostages or anybody else for that matter.
Does this door seem to be like behind the secure area?
No.
Okay.
It's clearly designed with escape in mind.
Okay.
So it's in front of the teller desk and stuff towards the exit.
Okay. All right, we got more of those drones. Anyone got a way to take those out?
I could punch him.
I got a shotgun.
I have my ice beams.
Yeah, those are probably better than punches, right?
Yeah.
I also have, and I pull out an assault rifle.
Oh yeah,
Okay, hold on.
That'll
Real quick.
do the job.
What's
It might be a little loud.
So Beastman's got, what was it, fire or ice eyes, Jeremy?
He has ice beam eyes, and he can
Okay.
shoot fire from his mouth.
And then an assault rifle for good
And then
measure.
a rifle and a giant fist, because his best move is unarmed strike.
This is like the most macho superhero since Logan.
And then
I
he's
love this
super
guy.
fast and loud and actually really stealthy.
I love the contradiction of the stealth and the loud voice. I think that is just awesome. Like when he's quiet, he's the most stealthy mother in the planet. But as soon as he says hi, the whole building rumbles.
All this
Quiet
time
time
he's
is
thought he's
over.
stealthy, but people just are afraid to approach him or confront him. So he's never been caught.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. All right, so what's the plan? Open the door?
Well, we can't just stay here forever while the building burns down. I think we should probably do something, right?
Yeah,
I
we
mean-
need to. I think we need to take those things out.
Yeah, insurance will cover him, surely.
I can make a distraction, and we can sneak past.
That was probably was that the distraction right there? You yelling super loud?
No, I have a plan.
Was it that one? Right? Was it that one? That yell?
My voice carries. It's not my fault.
Good.
The doctor said do your best.
That's hot.
I just don't even know what to say at this point. I think I'm just gonna squeeze under the door and make my excuses.
Yep. All right. So before the door even opens, you see your buddy Grease Lightning just kind of into a little tiny puddle and starts making his way under the door. So when you go under the door, Jerry, you look up through it's almost like you're looking when you're in this bubble form. Your vision's not super great, but it's good enough that you can function. I mean, that's flavor. I don't think there's any mechanical benefits or
Makes
issues.
sense to me.
But so as you're in this bubbly form, you come underneath and you look up, and an oh shit hits you as you realize there are 4 drones hiding just above the door, ready to aim as they all release their blasts of energy at you.
Oh, balls.
No, your explosion clearly alerted them that you were here, so they readied an ambush for you.
Hell yeah. Let's kick some ass.
And they release, that's going to be 4 attacks, so 19... 7, 21, 12. How many of those hit?
2.
Me. My armor class is 13.
I think 2 of those.
So 2 of them hit you.
Yeah.
2d4.
One thing I know about Jerry is he ain't got the highest armor class.
He's got the greasiest one.
He does have the
That's
greasiest
true.
armor class.
You take 14 points of radiant damage as they just unleash barrages of laser blasts at you when you pop out. Robin, what do you do? You see, as soon as your buddy crawls under the door, you just see laser beams coming out from outside above the little glass window, shooting down and just pelting your buddy. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna cast Force Armor on myself.
Okay, that still leaves you with a bonus action and a movement. Or object interaction, like open the door if you so choose.
Crap.
Your buddy's getting laser pounded right now.
Yeah, he is. I'm gonna go ahead and open the door so he can get back in.
All right, so you whoosh, and it slides open, and you can see 4 of these drones, clear as day, just pelting the shit out of him.
I could have
All
just
right, boys.
slid back under the door again. You didn't need to do that, but that's okay.
Well, he's got a gun that won't go through it. Well, it would go through a door, but this will be easier.
You still have a bonus action. Anything you can do with that?
I do not think so.
Yeah, I don't. Off the top of my head, I don't know what all powers you pick, so I don't know.
I've got fast hands, but I don't think I have a med pack. I don't.
Because you had such a short time to prepare, if that's something you feel like you would have had, I'm totally okay with you saying you had that.
I mean,
that
it
time
makes
wasn't
sense
super great.
given her hiding out in a lab and
Okay.
the fact that she doesn't have a lot of defensive anything.
Okay.
So I can administer a med pack with a bonus action.
Yep. And what does that do?
That is a good question. Let me pull
Would
it
that
up.
be cure wounds essentially, or what would that be?
Let me.
Well, it sounds like she's using one of the items.
Yeah, but
It's the healer's kit thing, I think. What'd you say it was called? A med pack? I
med
think
pack.
that might actually be just a potion.
I'm thinking so.
I think that's the potion. Yeah, so that's 2d4 plus 2.
All right.
Good call on the fast hands. The last person took that was like, that is the best healing power ever.
Yeah.
Fast hands, yeah, you can. Oh, that is nice.
So that is 5 points of healing, Jerry.
Thank you very much. That's very kind.
So so she quickly slams her hand on the so Robin slams her hand on the door. It's open. She pulls out a syringe. She holds it and it kind of floats there, and she launches it and it slams right into your googly body. And you instantly feel like you just took a shot of like a high dose of Red Bull or something, as your body just feels revitalized as the Ambro nanites that's in there kind of fill your body with rejuvenating Ambro serum.
My goo hasn't felt this good in years.
What does Jerry do? What does Jerry do now? You're feeling really good. You just got a boost. These things are still standing above you or hovering above you. ready to blow your brains out.
Like, what height are they at?
They're within reach.
Okay. Cool.
Wow. Oh, when you're in a goop, I don't know. I guess they float at chest level, basically.
I like reform into Jerry form, I guess.
You're back to Jerry.
Because I don't think as an amorphous, I don't think you can attack. Can you? I guess I don't.
It doesn't really say. It just says like
You turn into a pile.
I
of
can
goop.
I can be like I can fit through gaps like an inch wide.
Yeah, I think that you can. I would. That's something I'm gonna have to think about. I'm gonna write that down.
You can give him the pseudopod ability, like a gelatinous cube.
Well, with that case, I would just let him do unarmed strikes.
But in any case,
Which is Jerry's.
that's all I'm gonna do anyway. That's my stick. So, but I'm gonna reform into Jerry form or Grease Lightning form with my obscure gelatinous face, and I'm just gonna target one of these guys and spend one of my speed points.
Okay.
So it's gonna be this is gonna be 5 combination grease punches.
Fuck him up, Jerry.
Let's see, Jerry's really mad at these cockamamie machines, and we're gonna see what's going on here. So I got a 19 and 2 9s, and a what the hell is that? That's a 13 and 2 13s. A 19, 2 13s, and 2 9s.
What was that? I've never seen that number before.
I can't read this dice. It needs cleaning. I think it's like the ink in the numbers is off.
So like
All right,
grease.
so
It's full of grease. I just can't read the number.
so you before I narrate what happened, is there anything else you want to do?
No, most of my stuff is reactions, to be honest. So I think that'll probably seal the deal.
So as the overseer of the game, you have counter strike, right? Which says when something attacks you, you
yes.
So it is worth noting that anytime you want to trigger that, one of my players very cleverly found out if he just moves away, it will prove at least the first time it'll provoke an op attack and trigger that. Something to keep in mind, especially since you're playing a speedster. But I wasn't expecting that when he just started running away from stuff, so it would swing at him. I'm like, you bastard. All right. So as your body quickly reforms out of this gooply gook into the grease lightning, which is still greasy and nasty, you jump up and you just do a barrage of punches, a kick at lightning speed. Like the people around you can barely follow your strikes. These little sentry drones seem to have some sort of force field, so you kind of crack your arms on it a couple times as it crackles apart and then gives, and then you smash into it with several blows. Chunks go flying and the thing explodes in a death burst as you destroy it, releasing a explosion in 10 feet. Everyone give me a dexterity saving throw. That is, well, you said you were all at the door, right?
Yeah.
I would say you're probably all within range then, so give me a dexterity saving throw.
13.
Surely my luck's about to wear out.
17.
Mine was a 13 plus. It's actually I'm proficient in that, so 13 plus 5, 18.
So the DC is 15. So if you failed, you take 14 points of fire damage. If you succeeded, you take 7. As this thing just sends out a shockwave of fire, and you see on the other drones, you see their shields flicker and then fail. What does Chet do?
Chet is going to kind of duck under the door a little bit, reach up and punch one of those drones.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
All right. 25.
Yes.
And then
Would hope so.
am I able to see like what the damage does before I decide if I want to extra attack it or not? Or do I
Yeah,
need
sure,
to-
go ahead. Yeah, no, you can break up your attack.
Okay. So that's gonna so it's a 10 plus my dex. So it's a 13. 13 damage.
So that is going to kill one target.
Okay. And then for my extra attack, I'll punch the one next to it. If possible.
Well, I don't
How
think that's
close are
going to
they?
be necessary because
Okay, that's
the
gonna blow
one, as you punch it, your claws tear right through it, and you pull out its guts just in time to watch it explode, and it sends a shockwave to all of them, and they chain explode.
Okay.
So you now have to make
Ooh.
3 dexterity saving throws.
Oh no!
Of DC 15 as the first one explodes and causes the next 3 in the line to explode.
Oh, is there room? How high does the ceiling go? Because I have an at-will bonus action ability. It says when I attack, I can use my bonus action to shove a medium creature or smaller up to 10 feet into the air.
You certainly can push one out of the way.
So can I push the one that's about to explode up into the air?
How far does it go?
10 feet.
10 feet.
So it's further away from us.
Yes, you can. All right. So that won't actually. We'll say that won't actually cause the rest to chain explode. Then
That may have just saved my life. That may have dropped me to 0 otherwise. Even if I saved all those saving throws, I may have dropped.
So you come up with a large claw, you rip out the guts, it begins to explode, you hold out your hand and send you roar, and it pushes it back with a sonic roar as the thing skewers away as it blows up a big chunk out of the ceiling, and the top floor begins to come crashing down, and there's furniture and stuff, office furniture and desk and fancy holographic computers down onto the ground, leaving a big hole in the ground. That is going to be a negative, another negative point for property damage.
Oh shit! I forgot we care about what.
Yeah, the people aren't going to be take too kindly on you blowing up taxed property that they paid for, right? Something along those lines.
These drones are faulty.
Public perception. All right. Did Jerry had or not Jerry? Chet had another attack then. You had extra attack, correct?
Yeah, so that was attack, and then I still have extra attack, correct?
Yes. Are you going to use that?
Well,
He's like, I don't know now.
I mean, it seems like a good idea, but at the same time, it doesn't. I don't know, because I can't just like use my extra attack to throw something, right? That's not making it a melee attack.
You can push, shove, attack.
Kind of like
grapple,
throw it down.
That would be an attack. You can make a ranged attack with something. That would be an attack action, I think. Can you make a melee and range? Yeah, I think you can. I think you can do
I
that.
have like 40 movement. Can I like try to pounce on this thing and like take it down?
Hell yeah,
away
you
from
can.
people? Okay. So that's what I'll do.
All
Leap
right.
up and try to like jump on it and ride it down to the ground, but okay,
All right,
away
so
from them.
we'll consider that the shove action.
Okay.
And since you have movement, you can drag it with you. So you jump up. Do you grab it with your fangs or just with your arms?
Yeah, the claws.
All right, you jump up, you grab onto this thing as it's kind of hovering, but its acclivity rods can't hold it up. So you pull it back down and you pounce on it, you slide it back and you skitter across the ground about 20 feet away from the team. And you can see all the little gizmos and stuff and its little laser eye kind of just beating on you. And you can see it refocusing and readjusting as it's trying to lock you in. And you see its tiny little destructors pointing out the front, ready to blow your brains out. We'll treat that as a shove action, so it gets you get your strength check, athletics, versus its dexterity, which, gonna be honest, not great. I got a 8.
Sound like a cat riding a Roomba.
Yes.
I got a 14.
Yes. So you do get it, and you get a nice good hold of it as you land and pounced on it, and you've got a good hold of it. That was your movement, your bonus, and your actions.
Yep.
Filbert, you just saw your buddy Chet punch one of these things. It almost exploded. He pushed it away, and then he pounced on one and dragged it out of range. There are now 2 of these things hovering just above you with its destructors trained on you guys. What does Filbert do?
So I think what I'm going to do is I put a little device down on the ground and pull the tab on it, kind of like a hand grenade. I'm going to be casting Mass Ambro Medical Spray because I am looking bad, and I feel like everybody's taking quite a bit of damage.
I look terrible.
Yeah, so I didn't want to do one of my solo heals. I wanted to do something that could heal up to
Oh, you're so
6
generous.
creatures. Yeah, so it'll be 1d4 plus 4. 2 plus 4. Not terrible, but
It affects everybody. So
yes.
I do have to give a huge shout out to Dice Talk in chat. He says, Jerry Allen, the fastest blob alive. I love it. All right, so
and we get 6.
Nice. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Considering it's an AoE heal, right?
Yeah, it does for me.
Every little bit helps.
I like it.
And then
It's a destructor blast.
and then I believe I activate my drones based off of a bonus action.
Yes. And it also triggers when you activate it.
Yeah.
But after that-
yes.
But after that, some of them that require an action, like the one that shoots stuff, requires an additional use of the action to continue doing that, while other ones are just passive.
I'm gonna have one that is a lure drone. So it's kind of just giving off like a very aggressive beeping noise that's trying to attract attention to it.
Okay.
As I let go of this drone, which means that I'll put it like right by the doorway. And it's if any I can use my reaction that whenever a creature within 15 foot radius of this drone is the target of a power, I can force the user of that power to succeed on a wisdom saving throw. Otherwise, the drone becomes a target. So I'm going to try
Nice.
to lure those laser beams to it instead of to Jerry
You
Higgins.
guys?
Yeah.
Nice. That's a really good one.
And I think
Yeah.
that's all I got.
That's really
I'm
good.
gonna stay in the doorway.
So, all right. So, at this point, the drones off in the distance begin kind of shuffling around and start moving towards you guys. Robin, as you actually now got a good view, you can actually see in the far distance across the kitty corner from you, there are 8 people tied up, and they're gagged with masks and hoods over their, well, they got hoods over their eyes and everything, and they have devices strapped to their chest, and they are tied up against this wall. And you can tell that the drones that are there appear to be kind of watching over them. And you can see that from just at the entrance of the door now that it's open. What does Robin want to do?
Robin wants to take a nap is what Robin wants to do.
A long day.
Yeah. These sentry drone things.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know about them? Like, is that something that I would be familiar with? Would I know whether or not lightning, electricity, energy could interfere with them?
Give me a technology check.
And that's based off of intelligence?
Yes.
19.
Yes. Most electronics, not all, are vulnerable to lightning.
Does Robin have lightning?
Robin has zapping surge.
That sounds pretty lightning-y.
That does sound
So-
pretty lightning-y.
Well,
I also do have my taser still from back at the church.
the problem
What?
is that I have to get close to something for like for zapping surge.
There's a story there that I don't want to hear.
That's
I
an
too
aura.
can control lightning.
Real lightning. I think that's an aura, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh.
So
The name is lightning, but I
there's
don't
so
have
many-
any lightning powers.
There's so many cool auras in this game that it was very hard to not take.
One of my players picked the crime fighter and took a bunch of aura abilities, and it worked really well, except for when there was things around that would just melt when he was standing near them, like people. He's like, I'm starting to think that wasn't exactly a great idea. Like he couldn't go help somebody. He had to turn it all off. So yeah.
Porch was denied a bank loan.
News at 7.
I am going to go ahead and activate that zapping surge.
Okay.
And I'm going to step back.
You want to step back before you activate it?
No, well, yeah. I want to make sure that I'm not within 5 feet of
your
friend.
allies. Yes. Okay.
My
Yeah.
allies.
So you're gonna step back into the stairwell, or are you gonna step out into
No,
the? Okay.
no, I'm going to step back because I'm super squishy right now and super hurt. So I'm gonna get my aura going, and I'm gonna stay out of the way and let the allies with big guns take care of the things.
All right. So you have assessed the situation. You spotted the 8 hostages with devices strapped to their chest with hoods over their eyes or over their heads. You know that these sentries are likely weak against lightning, so you kind of back away from your friends. You take a moment to take it in. You quickly chant a spell, and your body gets surrounded by this crackling energy. A light in the stairwell above you crackles out and it explodes from the bouncing lightning. What does? I'm sorry. Jerry doesn't get to go yet. Bad guys get to go. Sorry, Jerry.
Oh, jeez. Please stop shooting me.
Luckily, there's only 3 of them now. So one is going. So the one that is being held by Chet, its destructors are aimed right on him. It takes a attack and a blast of a 17.
I think that one's probably out of the 15 radius of my lure drone, isn't it?
Yeah, he pushed it out
yeah.
some distance away. That'll be 8 points of radiant damage.
Makes sense. I'm like glaring at this thing, like screaming at it.
It makes a little whirring noise. You see all the little widgets and gizmos kind of spinning on it, and you can feel it kind of fighting you as it's trying to use its acclivity rods to kind of float up. But unfortunately, alas, it cannot escape your mighty bestial grip. The other 2 that are in the area, right up against Jerry and near Filbert. Hang on, I scrolled by it. There we go. They're going to take pot shots. One at Jerry and one at Filbert.
I'm gonna have the. Yeah.
Jerry's going to get missed with a 6. Filbert with a 12. Does a 12 hit?
12 does not. Whew.
All right, so they rain destructor blasts at Chet. Chet kind of gives a feral growl as more of his mane is kind of blown away. The blasters start coming in. You're kind of ready to you expect it this time. So of course Jerry is just like zip 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 bouncing left and right, and the lasers are just passing where he was. Clearly, it's still trying to get him caught, but it can't catch up with his speed. And then. Filbert, you release a couple defensive countermeasures, and your little drones kind of fly in front, and their barriers kind of absorb some of the impact from the blast and protect you from danger. What is Jerry doing?
Jerry, I think, is going to activate his optical camouflage because he's pretty sick of getting shot at right now. And there's people with bombs strapped to their chest. So they should probably get looked at a little, huh? So, yeah. We've spent the PowerPoint there to become... activate the optical camouflage. I'll drop Jerry's voice for a sec. So I use... Jerry's greasy amorphous body to refract light around him and sort of activate like optic camouflage that way. So it's
grease lighting.
It's grease lighting indeed. So yeah, completely invisible until such time as drops.
You have your bonus and your movement.
Yeah.
You can spot Robin already identified the hostages over in the corner with the devices on their chest, with the drones floating around. What is Jerry gonna do about that, if anything? So right now you're kind of all huddled in this little area, which is not super great idea with things that explode.
Jerry's gonna dash towards the hostages while invisible.
All right, because you're invisible, they will not get any sort of op attack or anything. In a matter of seconds, and you're from one end, you blink, everyone blinks, and you're to the other end of the area, and you can line them up. There's 8 different hostages. You can hear whimpering and crying under the muffled hoods. It sounds like nobody can talk. You can hear the kind of coming from them, so you assume that they're gagged. And the devices appear to be counting down.
From where, Justin?
About 2 minutes. Hang on, I actually think that's written down in the thing. Hang on.
That's gonna change things.
Yeah, 2 minutes. It's a 2-minute countdown from when you guys enter the room.
Ah, jeez. There's a 2-minute timer on these bombs here. That's pretty much all Jerry can do this round.
You're out.
All right, so Chet, all you see, you feel a brief bit of wind, which you've learned to come, and the swift, greasy stench as it blows by you for an instant. As you're fumbling with this thing in your hand, you hear a shout come from Jerry. There's a timer on here. What is Chet Beastman doing?
I'm going to try to throw this thing away from me, but against the wall.
All right.
And away from people, not towards,
not towards the 8 hostages.
So what we're going to do, go ahead and give me an athletics check, and we'll treat it as a shove.
Yeah. That's going to be a 21.
So you got a hold of this thing, and you can see where its acclivity rods are. So you line it up so it's vertical, and you throw it as hard as you can, and it begins spinning out of control and smashes right into a wall. Now, if you guys don't know, in Capes and Crooks, fall damage comes from pushes, pulls, anything into a solid object. And actually there's quite a few builds that people have done that are all about that, and with like telekinesis and stuff. So by default that will do 1d6 damage, and it does 6 damage. And since its shield was already down, it explodes and takes a big ass chunk out of the supporting pillar on one side. There are 3 remaining pillars on that side that are holding up this entire big balcony as you look up with a big giant chandelier hanging from the center of the room. And that's going to be another strike against your public opinion.
I don't exist.
I love that mechanic.
The bright bomber. Gotta spin it.
Oh yeah,
right.
I saw the
we
bright
already
bomber
know
did
there's
that.
a bomber in the building, so
The
it's
bomber
okay.
took that
Nobody
out.
can pin that on us. The helpful
We get in trouble
strangers.
for the things we don't stop. Like, they're not our drones.
Yeah, there was an orphanage burned down yesterday, and we didn't stop
That's our
that.
fault.
Is that our fault?
Exactly.
I was at work. I'm sorry.
You know you're a D&D player when. All right, that was your action, Chet, and that's still technically one action, since if there's something nearby, you can run and attack that too if you want.
Oh, okay.
Because you have extra attack, correct?
I do, but so it allows me to make an extra melee attack, essentially, right?
Yeah, and you can break it up between targets, so.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to move. I don't know. I think I would throw that thing away from me. I'm responding to Jerry's shout, and I'm going to run over there with my 40-foot movement, feline agility, and then if I have to go further than that, I think I can use my bonus action to take the dash action.
If you'd like, yep.
Yeah, so I'll do that as well. And
Yep,
then get over there.
So while you're not quite as swift as the speedster, you get onto all fours and start, leaping. You jump across some desks or some. I guess they wouldn't really have desks in the main alleyway there, but they're the main entranceway. But you jump from the pillar to pillar until you land right alongside them with a big thud. And at this point, you get a really good view, and you can look all the way down one of the passages, and you can see a "Do Not Enter" sign. And there is a big hole blown out of the side of the wall. And you can see this, I wouldn't say massive, but this bulky form appears to be inside of a section of the vault. It was blown from the side. You can see the molten edges have been kind of melted instead of like just a traditional explosion. And you can see this kind of bulky, shadowy figure in the distance. You said you didn't have keen senses, right?
I do not.
So kind of running around, you suspect whoever it is gathering some sort of credit discs. Some credits is the currency. I don't know. I didn't think it'd come into play in this, but it has credit discs, credit cards.
Credits will be fine.
And is clearly swiping the information from them as you are dealing with these drones.
Okay. Well, there's no drones close enough for me to backhand or anything, so I think I'll just end my turn right there.
You sure you don't want to throw a hostage at it? I mean,
do any of them look
I got a pretty good idea.
You can smell their fear. It's kind of the bestial instinct in you, and you can tell that they're terrified. You can see them kind of trying to move the best they can, screaming.
Say, "Don't worry, Chet's here."
And
Police hunter.
Four of them just like jump and freak out and starts trying to scurry away. Their hands are all bound and stuff.
For the love of Jeff.
Filbert, you just hear your buddy screaming at people to and they're freaking them out.
I've got can I do something kind of in character where I can kind of look at my buds and see if any of them are like still knocking at death's door or not?
Yes, give me a medicine check.
Okay. I think
we won't, that doesn't count as an action or anything. It's just a check you can do.
I think I'm okay, so I've got a -1 in wisdom, but I did take proficiency in that from my training, I think or from my Doomsday Prepper. I got +2. Yeah,
that certainly sounds like a Doomsday Prepper thing.
Yeah, so let's see if it's gonna be good. It was an 18 plus a 2 that I just mentioned, so a dirty 20.
Okay, anybody can tell you exactly how many hit points they have or anything? Or were you asking about the NPCs?
No, I think Robin is mentioned that Robin's looking real bad.
Mm-hmm. I'm better than I was. I'm at 19 out of 37.
Okay, you're actually doing better than me.
Jerry's invisible.
I can't see Jerry. I don't know how Jerry's doing. How's Chet looking? He's much less furry than we started, but I don't know how that's gonna...
Yeah, that's mostly flavor.
He's singed, Chet's singed, but it's because his mane, he blocks his face with his mane, and it just seems...
He grows back face fast.
He keeps sticking his face in explosions, but I'm a little more than halfway, let's put it that way.
I think what I'm gonna do then is... I think we can make it at least... at least another round or so. So I'm gonna step. Am I able to step more into the room, like past the droids without them? There's 2 left, right?
Yep, and they are just above the doorway. So while you can pass through the doorway, if you leave being engaged with them, they will get op attacks.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm going to go under there. I am going to use my bonus action, and this is one thing that I have my lure drone out.
You do?
I believe I can
You didn't remind me of that. I had them attack, and I totally should have made a wisdom save.
Well, they I was gonna remind you, but they both failed anyway. So I was like,
Okay,
whatever.
yeah, I totally forgot, man. I apologize.
No, it's okay. I was remembering, but when they failed, I was like, whatever. So if I use my bonus action, I can swap out drones. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay,
And as you swap one out, the other one deactivates.
Yes.
But when you call a new one, it activates.
Okay, so I would like to use my bonus to activate the resistance drone,
good one.
which I'm now realizing I forget what kind of damage they did when they exploded, but that's what
Fire damage.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to protect against because I know these things are about to blow up. So I back out under the door far enough away from Robin, so I don't think Robin will be in the collateral damage. I'm gonna activate this resistance drone to try to preemptively protect myself at least a little bit from this fire damage that I'm surely about to take as I raise my shotgun, and I'm gonna pop off one shot at one of them first. We'll say the one on the right. I'm gonna take a shot at it, and I've got target assist with those goggles you mentioned earlier, so I can also roll a D4.
D4. It's a good one.
So that is a 10 plus a 2 plus my 5. It was
17?
a 10 on my D20 and a 2 on my D4, and then a 5 to hit.
17.
17. Does that hit
Yes.
that hit? And that is going to be for a whopping 11 points of damage from my shotgun.
Now, the shotgun I thought had a special mechanic. Is that true?
Oh, it does. And you know
think
what's
it does.
you know what's funny? So there's two things. I took extra attack as one of my 3 enhancements so that I could take, because I also with the gadgeteer or with training, one of the two give me fast hands, so I can ignore the reloading capability or the loading capability. But yeah, shotguns, I can also make an attack on the
Adjacent
anybody
target.
within 5 feet of it. So let me go ahead and just roll that again. Would I also get that that D4, or is that like a one-time per turn thing?
That should be limited to just the one attack.
Okay.
I'll make sure to make that clear.
Okay, well that was I've rolled a 13 on the die, so that's 13 plus 5, so an 18.
All right.
But then I only rolled a 2 on my D12 for my shotgun. Does that add? Do I add my dexterity modifier? No.
No, it's kind of like dual wielding. The feature is it lets you hit one target and then one right next to it, kind of like an offhand power. Though the scatter shot does some pretty fancy shit too.
Yeah.
Anyways, so of course they are going to explode in a fury of molten whatever's left of them, and takes out another nearby pillar. There is now only 2 pillars holding up the thing, and I'll need dexterity saving. I think you're the only one in range.
I was trying to get them a little bit away from anybody else.
Yeah, I think you're the only one in range because I know Robin ducked back into the back area there. So
that's a 7 plus a 2. Oh god, well that was a 7 plus a 2. And
that's
then,
not gonna do it. DC's 15.
And then a 16 plus a 2, so at least one of them.
Yeah, so it's 7 damage for the one you succeeded, and 14 for the one that you failed, as they explode in a fiery ball of fire. Hey, and as soon as that happens, Mr. Jerry Haggins, Grease Lightning, the timer on the devices on their chest drops to a minute.
Jeez.
With the destruction of those 2 drones.
Can I have my resistance drone kind of try to limit that damage and bubble me a little bit to give myself resistance for that, which is good because otherwise I would have dropped unconscious.
Yep. No, the resistance drone grants you. I think it grants you resistance to
fire,
an element of your choice, right?
And I was going for fire, so I'm still down to 9 HP. So looking good.
That was actually pretty clever. I like the way you did that.
Looking good.
So with that, the other drones will now go. The other 4 drones that were on defensive duty have now began worrying and activating and arming their destructors. One's going to take a pot shot at Jerry. Jerry's going to get 1, and then we're going to have, that's a miss, 2.
Yay for Jerry.
I can't even use my cover fire because I used my bonus action and my reaction on my last turn, so I can't even have granted you that +2.
Yeah, and you disabled the lure, right?
Yeah, the lure is no more because I activated the resistance. Otherwise, I would have died.
All right, so of the 4 guns blasting, only 1 is going to hit poor Chet. So as they take aim, 2 of them aim towards Jerry and 2 aim towards Chet, and they start releasing their destructor blasters. And oh god, they avoid poor Jerry as he's greasing around, lightning. He's boating around and dodging the lasers, and he's kind of just like, he even watches one as it slowly passes by. And you look and shock Jerry as one of the ones you dodges hits one of the civilians. You have another negative public opinion point as one of the civilians gets shot and killed by the blaster. And 1 does hit Chet for 6 points of radiant damage as they were leaving this barrage of blows. I need an intelligence check directly from you there, Jerry.
I ain't very smart, but here goes.
I would say insight actually might be the one.
I actually am. I think I'm proficient with insight.
I think insight might be the one.
21.
With the death of the 2 drones, you realize that the timer on these bodies is tied directly to the drones in some way.
Guys, you gotta stop killing the goddamn drones. It's making the timer go down. I got a minute. We got a minute.
With that, you can hear noise coming from outside by the door. The CCPD has finally decided to make a move and are clearing the rubble and should be through shortly. Robin, what do you do?
Okay, so there are 4 defensive drones hanging out.
Yep.
They're the hostages.
There's 7 hostages left, yes.
7 hostages left. How far am I from the hostages in the barrel?
90 feet or a long distance.
Crap. Are there any other drones, or is it just the 4?
It's just the 4 that are a medium or short distance from the hostages.
All right. Well, I'm going to start running towards the hostages. I'm going to dash, and that'll get me 60 feet.
Yep. Do you have any powers or anything you want to do?
I mean, I've still got the zapping surge up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all that I can do, really.
You don't have nothing with your bonus?
All I've got for bonus is fast hands and flicker, and
Flicker teleports. So you dashed with your action, which did you 60 feet. Your flicker takes you 30. You can make it there on this turn if you so choose.
I want to make it just shy of them because I've got my aura going. I want to get closest to.
You can make it to the drones if you want. Between your flicker, you'll be out of actions, but your aura will still trigger damage.
Okay.
I got a plan. When it's Jerry's turn, Jerry's got a plan.
What I want to try to do is get close to the one hostage that's dead.
Uh-huh.
Oh, did you?
And
And now, are all of their devices linked?
It's a good question. Should ask the Bright Bomber that.
Ah, shit. Okay, well, then I won't get too close to them because I don't want to accidentally set them all off with my aura. So yeah, I guess I will get closer to just zapping the sentries.
So with that power, I don't remember if we ended up adding a save or not. I think it's just damage equal to your proficiency, right?
Yeah, so it's just
so it's just state down. Yeah. So so out of nowhere, Robin comes dashing out of the stairwell and runs right towards the blasting orbs, sentry drones, as they're just releasing volleys of destructor fire, and she stops dead in them, and lightning crackles from her body and jumps, and you see the shields that are on them blink and start to shudder and wink out of existence, and their shields are down. Robin, when you look down the hallway where you suspected the vault is, you can see a figure robbing the bank, actively engaging in some stuff in the bank. It's kind of hard to tell from so far away, but you can definitely see the villain. It managed to blow a hole into the side of the vault using some sort of melting blast or something. I think that's it for Robin's turn. Jerry, what is Jerry doing? You know that the drones are connected to the bomb. There's 1 minute left, suggesting that if a couple of those go out, they might trigger the explosion.
Jerry is unfastening his collection of thieves' tools from his utility belt.
Nice.
And casting his eye over the devices to see if he can spot a release mechanism or a disarming switch or something.
Alrighty, so here's what we're gonna do. In order to defuse one of the bombs, because you're a speedster, we'll allow you to do 2 in 1 round. So what that means is I need you, I'm gonna roll some dice here. Do you have a pen and paper handy?
No, hold on. Yes.
Why don't you grab that for me?
I'll go one. Yeah.
So I want you to write down the first number is 3.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
6.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, how many was that?
That's
3, 4, 3, 6.
And I need you to go ahead and give me your thieves tool check with intelligence. And then a 5.
Okay.
So was that
3.
So that was 5. That was 5 total.
5?
3,
one more.
3, 4, 3, 6, 5.
2. So you need to separate the first 3 and the last 3.
Okay.
And then go ahead and give me that check.
When you really need it, that's a natty 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so
Plus 3, so 23.
so read those numbers off to me one more time, please.
3, 4, 3, and then 6, 5, and 2.
Okay, so each of these sets of numbers represent circuits across 2 of the vests. There are 5 circuits. You know 3 of them. Now, here's the way it works. Either all of the first one is either all odd, all even. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. The first one, I got to make sure I run this right. I've only done it like two or three times, and I want to get it right.
We want to make sure we get it right too.
Yeah. Ah, jeez, please live.
Austin probably want us to get it right too.
Right?
Guy.
All right. So the for the first one, you know that the combination is either all high or all low in sequence. So you know the first one is 3, 4, 3, right? So you have to figure out if the next one is going to be a 2 and 1 or a 4 and a 5. Hang on a second. I think I just totally screwed that up. I shouldn't have tried to do 2 at once. I broke my head.
Jerry's too
I can't
fast.
follow it anyway.
Jerry's too fast.
Okay. No. We're okay. We're okay. So actually, I need to roll the first 3, add 2 to the next one, and then 3. So the first one should be 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. So the sequence you need to do is you must either arrange them all high or all low. Judging from your check, you know that the first 2 are in the right order. So it's either going to go from low to high or high to low, and you know that the first 2 are in the correct order. As you're running the wires, your little gizmo pops out, you're poking and rerunning the wires, and you've got they need to be in a certain order. Low to high or high to low, and the first 2 are correct, based on your check.
So I got 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Or was it?
So what is the correct combination?
I don't think I understand what I'm being asked to do.
Okay, so you have to, based on your roll, you have to put the numbers in sequential order, low to high or high to low. You're not sure which, except for the clue is the first 2 are in the correct order already. So you have to reorganize the other 3.
Oh, I see. Sorry. So it'd be 2.
No, it's okay.
2, 3, 3, 3, 4.
Yes.
Oh, no.
So
I just
one-
got it right after you said that, Gerondu.
Right, yeah.
So as you're
got that.
you start poking at the device, you pop the thing off, you rerun some wires, and you snip the correct set of wires, and the counter stops.
Sweet.
I'm glad you got that, Gerondu, and not me.
Well, I think I'm gonna change it a little bit so it's not so confusing.
Not the tech guy.
I just got I got a cursory knowledge of breaking into secure systems from
Right.
Stealing
having to
chili.
Well, and that's the other
steal
thing is
industrial lubes.
trying to give you tips
Gunk
that
up
your
the system.
character would know, but not the player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So it says. So the new number for the second one is going to be 4, 6,
Yeah.
1, 3, 1.
4, 6, 1, 3, 1.
So now I need you to give me that technology check with your thieves' tools
Sure.
again. Now, one of the sequences can be all odd, only even, or only odd, only even, low to high, or high to low. What is your check?
7 this time.
So you only know the position of the first one is going to be a 1.
What were the numbers again that you got
4,
to work
6,
with?
1, 3, 1. So you know the first digit is 1.
So it could either be the all odd or
And-
the low to
Or
high.
the ascending.
So now we're going to go to the next person's turn
Fuck.
while you figure that, and then you'll use another check to get the next one. The higher roll will reveal more
Gotcha.
numbers. So
Okay.
with that, Jerry, you guys see Jerry hunkered over this person. He's moving at lightning speed, but even for him, there's a lot of pausing going on. What is Chet doing?
So you said I could see over to the vault where the hole's been ripped in the side.
Yep.
Am I close enough to see the person in there yet?
You can see the person, but they are a medium. They're a medium distance away, which is about 60 feet.
Mhm.
So that's not too bad. It was supposed to be farther away, but honestly, I want to make sure you guys get through this.
Okay, I'm gonna run forward
Not
so
all
that
the
I'm like
hostages will.
between the hostages and this vault.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go, stop, criminal! Ah! And open my mouth and use my ability explosion to launch an explosion 150 feet away at this person.
What is this? Oh god.
Basically fireball, but into the vault where the person is.
And all the money is. Oh god, people are gonna hate us.
Property damage. It's fine.
Property damage, chat.
Roll damage.
Into the
Chat.
vault. It should be explosion.
Chat. There's money in the vault.
So they make a dexterity saving throw. Well, there's titanium data discs.
Can we have the money make a dexterity saving throw also?
Go ahead. No. What's damage?
Well,
8d6, I think.
yeah, I gotta roll 8d6.
Yeah, it is.
Let me get some more d6. Here we go.
I also took the spell as a rocket launcher, by the way. Just a heads up. I am out of spell slots, though. Power slots.
It's a total of 33 damage.
Oh, fuck.
33. Whew. So,
I just shoot like fire missiles out of my lion mouth.
I feel like you guys picked powers as if it was going to be like a Power Rangers scenario where you just have like a fight in a big empty field.
so you release this bellowing roar, and at the edge of your mouth forms this big ball of fire that just launches out and streaks across, and the entire room is lit up in an explosion. Metal and shrapnel and steel go flying everywhere. You do see an additional explosion that happens right after yours. Something in there was flammable, or something else exploded in there as you did that. And as you look, you see the villain is still plucking away undisturbed, but everything else is demolished. Give me an intelligence check.
Yeah, Jeremy, figure out what the fuck's going on, please. Please roll good.
Well, let's see.
God
Intelligence.
damn it.
Well, no, I did roll good. I'm just trying to.
God
Okay,
damn it.
so 17 is because I got +0. 17.
Whew. So, something is off about the villain as it continues just doing its thing, and with just a careful attention, you can see that smoke is passing through it, through the villain, and it just keeps packing stuff away.
Robin knows what's up. Adam does not.
I'm just gonna go deception. Just screaming this in anger.
Hey.
Anything else from chat?
I'm gonna just turn to Filbert and go, "It's one of those damn holograms." And that's it.
All right, Filbert. You just heard the bellowing coming from your buddy. He just sent this rocket of explosion, and has just discovered that the image in the vault is a hologram. The noise coming from the police just outside. They are just almost through the door. They'll be in here any moment. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Obviously, I don't want to attack these drones. I'm out of spell slots. I think I'll am I able to run up to? I'm trying to find like an actual mechanical thing to do.
Okay.
I want to
What
go.
would you like to do?
I want to run up to Jerry and try to help him figure out this second half of this plan.
It'd be the help action. You can do the help action, or you can do it yourself to another one of the people.
No, I think I want to do the help. I'm looking. I've got some cool stuff. I'm trying to like parse through real quick. I've got target assist. I don't think that's gonna help.
You
Okay.
can't see Jerry, but you can see a greasy patch on one of the hostages where Jerry's like, jeez, just looking at the looking at the timer.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to the greasy patch and I'm gonna try to look it over with Jerry, maybe with my hacking ability.
Okay.
Maybe that'll help me somewhat here in this.
Okay. You can certainly do that. So go ahead and give me a technology check.
I'll use an ADET point.
Good call.
So that's an 8 plus. Technology is my intelligence is a +4, so that's a 12.
So as you're hang on. Oops. As you're looking at this, you realize that that Jerry has missed something critical, and that the second circuit is a 1. So you correct his mistake.
Jerry, it's a 1 right there. It's 1 and then another 1.
Okay, so that I think I know what it is then.
What are you thinking, Jerry? But let's brainstorm a bit before we just start popping in some numbers.
Why
The
don't you
hostages are freaking out as you guys are chit-chatting, and they're
Everybody just
flailing
calm
left and
down
right.
because it's making it really difficult to defuse these bombs.
It is. Hey, it is without a doubt harder to defuse bombs when there are people freaking out. So please just calm down.
Also-
Jerry Higgins
also-
here.
No, that's not my
No,
name.
it's not
Grease-
Jerry Higgins.
Grease
It's Grease Lightning
That's,
here. And
please
Figgy
stop
Z.
compromising my identity, Figgy Z. I think it's an ascending one, and it'd be 11346.
So you
How
saying
sure?
it's all it's low to high, or are you saying it's all odds? You said 6, so I assume you're saying it's low to high.
Well, I thought I had a 46131, but if it's
Yep, the first two in the first two positions will be 1-1.
1-1, so I think it's probably another low to high, but I don't know.
Oh gosh,
Are you going with that? Well, technically it's not your turn; it's his turn. So
I'm not.
Adam,
I'm not
are you,
going with it. I'm not committing to.
because it's your turn. So you decide if he goes with it, and then or
No.
he goes with it on
Nope.
his turn.
Well, what
I
else
just
do you
helped him with
think
the
it'd
1.
be? Well, it's
Yeah, that's a good question. If it were to be all odds, what about the numbers that aren't odd? Because there's a 6 in there.
You can remove them.
Oh. How about Jerry? You know what?
It's basically you snipping the wires, right?
Sorry, I mean Grease Lightning. I'm sorry. I'm not 100% sure because it could be either all odd because one's is odd, or it could be ascending order. So
I
how
think you
about
probably. I guess it's probably unlikely to be two of the same things next to each other, right? Because
Yeah,
this
probably.
is a devious sprite bomber.
Yeah,
You're not
let's
gonna make
get.
all the diffusings the same.
Yeah, they're
so
not
I
the
guess-
dim bomber.
So I guess it's I guess it's just 113, and we take out the evens then. You ready to commit to this? Because someone's gonna blow up one way or the other.
What's the timer looking like on that clock?
You
Like a minute
lose.
50.
It would no, it was a minute, and then
Oh,
two of the
yeah.
last were destroyed. Or it was 2 minutes, and then the 2 last ones were destroyed. Brought it down to a minute. You now have 4 drones, and you've Jerry Grease Lightning has confirmed that the drones are connected. So you're less than a minute. At the end of this, it'll be what is it? Each round of 10 seconds.
6 seconds.
6 seconds. So you'll be at 54 seconds by the
54
end of this
seconds.
round.
Yeah.
Remember, you got
Dude,
That's not a lot of time, and there's police coming through. We gotta commit to
toss
something.
the coin at it being one or the other. With it could genuinely be either.
Well, you're leaving the decision in Jerry's hands then.
Are you past? Are you past? Are you done, Adam?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm not making that call.
That's a moral cowardice right there.
All right, the drones are gonna lay down fire at 1 at each of you. So Robin, Destructor come firing at you with the 1. You speak a command and they smash into your force barrier, crackling around you. Jeez, not my day. Chet, they come destructors start releasing and blasting at you, you're starting to get a gut feeling of that instinct of what they're gonna do, and you're able to kind of drop to all fours and dodge them. Oh my God, I have not gotten above a 5.
We're okay with that.
So
Works for me.
so Jerry is like working intensely on this. He looks up for just a second and just moves his head a little bit when the blaster goes right by him, and he goes back to his work. And
My
then,
mustache.
come on, please shoot somebody.
No.
I got a 9, which is a plus 14.
Oh no.
Is that gonna do it?
Oh no. That is
that
my
it?
armor class.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
but-
I mean, I'm not against you. That is 7 points. Wow. Hang on a second.
What did I have? Hold on. That might. Let me get my HP up. I had my HP on a different. Okay.
I think I'm supposed to roll 4 there, not 2. Yeah, I'm supposed to roll 4.
Oh god.
To be honest, I scaled it up, and there's a couple times where I forgot to scale it, so the damage was weaker than it should have been, which has been in your favor. That's 11 points of radiant damage coming your way from the sentry drone's destructible fire. You quickly tap a code, and your drone start emanating a shield, but the shield cracks and breaks, and you take several blasts from the destructor fire, take 11 radiant damage.
Yeah, I can't. I cannot resist radiant damage with my resistance drone.
How much thing? It resists a lot, though, doesn't it?
It
A lot of different
resists,
things.
Cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder. So, unless I can quickly find something, I'm gonna drop unconscious because I had 9 HP left.
Oh no!
I think that's it. I don't think I've got anything. So Filbert goes down.
Which also means your drone goes down
Yes.
too. All right, so we've had our first unconscious hero today, which isn't bad. I thought really that chain of explosions was gonna get you, but
that
fucking
would've got
Jeremy,
me. That would've got
Jeremy
me.
was Jeremy was on top of that. Chet's like, not on my watch, you know.
That would have got me down.
All right, so they released their destructor fire, and yeah, that was the end of Fluence, which means drones went. Robin, it is your turn. As you look, the police are almost through. They'll probably get through in the end of the start of the next round.
Oh, crap.
Your buddy Chet has just announced that the villain in the vault appears to be a hologram. Your buddy Filbert has dropped to the ground from laser fire. What are you gonna do?
All right. Thinking logically, when the police come in, they're probably going to shoot at these drone things, which is going to explode them, which is going to kill all these people. So, Filbert, I'm sorry, I'm going to leave you on the ground for another minute or
That's
another
fine.
second.
That's
Well,
fine.
your fast hands is a bonus action.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that gives you things to think about. But
It's like seen in Pulp
do
Fiction.
not worry about me too much if that's gonna.
All right. Well,
I say from with my last breath. Don't worry about me too much.
I'm going to start by using my bonus action fast hands to disarm a trap.
Ooh. I assume you're talking about the bombs.
Yes, please.
All right, so that's awesome. So even though you're not a speedster, technically you could probably do 2 if you want to use your action as well. So
Yes,
for
please.
this one, I need a whole nother sheet for this shit. Hang on. All right, the numbers are 4, 3, 5, 6, 2.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a intelligence check with your tools. Which tools did you have? Thieves' tools? Whatever. Or no, just you have the disarm
I get
feature as
to-
part of your thing, right? So that'll give you proficiency. So go ahead and give me an intelligence check with your proficiency.
8 plus 7 is 15.
All right. So you know that the first 3 positions is 2, 4, and 6. So you have to define if they're all even, all odd.
They are all even. I'm connecting.
Are you
to
gonna
board six.
disable it?
Yep.
All right. You run your hands into the device. You chant a quick mystic spell. The things kind of explode out, and your brain is filled with the knowledge as you kind of run the wires that you've pulled from your mystic ass, and you snip the wires, and it goes down.
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm so worried about Drundus.
Let's try the second one.
Okay. Okay.
Oof, okay. Okay.
We thought it through.
While he rolls those numbers, I did run to the bathroom real quick, and one of my brand new AirPod Pros definitely did fall into the toilet, so that was fun. I fished it out and washed it and washed my hands. We will see if it works in the morning. So I'm running on just one ear at the moment.
All right, go ahead and give me an intelligence check with proficiency.
10.
That's not super good.
The first one is a 3. Oh, did I tell you what the numbers were?
No, you did not.
3, 3, 3,
Wow.
1, 4. The first number is a 3.
That doesn't narrow it down a whole lot, Robin.
Well, it does, because it cannot be. If the first number is a 3, it can't be low to high. It can't be high to low. It can't be all even, so it's going to be just odd. So
Fucking
Yes.
A.
God damn!
Danny's coming to town next weekend, and
so
we're doing an escape room, and I'm so excited now.
You quickly take a look at the sketch, and you draw on memories from one of the books you studied on circuits, and you're gonna disconnect it.
Yep.
And it powers
oh my
down.
goodness, awesome.
So we have 3 hostages free, 1 dead. So there.
That wasn't my fault.
I know it was not your fault.
I'm just so we're clear.
But we just need to get these guys out so that when the cops come in, we are freeing them. Right? Hostages, we're freeing you. It
Look,
was
guys-
not us that tied you up, right?
No, it was Grease Lightning and friends that helped you out real good.
All right. I think that's it for Robin.
That is it for Robin.
Jerry, you're trying to disable these.
Well, I guess I talked through it real good with Figgy and Figgy Z, and we seem to think it was just all odds. So
Is that what you're going with?
I guess I'm gonna do it. Snip, snip. So yeah.
He's making a face. Damn it, Jerry.
It speeds
I
up,
just-
click, 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 and you snip it
No!
just in time
Oh,
as it shuts
jeez.
off.
Oh jeez.
Fuck you, Justin.
Oh jeez.
Oh man.
I'm even greasier than usual.
All right, so you're able to disable that one. There is still 3.
Yes.
Yeah, 3 on living folk.
There's still 3 on the living folk. Because you're a speedster, I will let you do another one if you would like.
Yes, please.
So we've got a 1, a 6, a 2,
I like these puzzles.
4, and a 1.
Okay. So I can not curse D20 for this. 17.
All right. You know that the first three is 6, 4, 2.
And what were the numbers more time?
16241. So there's 2 ones left over.
Okay.
So it could be all evens, or it could be descending.
God damn it! It could, couldn't it?
But unfortunately, either you need an action or you need to pass and take more time to think about it.
Is this just on the regular countdown still? It's like 48 seconds or whatever.
Yeah, you're basically losing 6 seconds every round, which is terrible.
I think I gotta take more time to consider this. I don't want to blow
otherwise
somebody
it's a
up.
coin toss.
All right. With that, I think it is Chet. Your buddies are disarming the bombs. The police are almost busted through, and you just found out the thing you just blew up is a hologram.
And Phil works on the ground.
Robin's hoping that her money was not in fact in there.
Are there any more drones?
There's just the 4 drones that you can see.
And they're still within proximity of other people. Like if they blow up, not
if
great.
they blow up, yep, it's gonna be bad.
Okay.
Give me an insight check.
Okay. I can do that. Off my desk. 14 plus something. Let's see what that plus is going to be. That's going to be a 14 plus... Oh, a -1. So a 13.
Joy.
Yay. Let me check to see what this was. So as you're looking around, you're watching the drones, and while they're hovering about, they seem to be kind of chaotic in their movement. I was gonna feed you something, but no, sorry.
Do these okay, can I make an investigation check?
Sure.
Okay, that's better.
This will take your action though, because I tried to give it to you for free.
Right. Well, I guess what I was trying to determine is if I can just see how they work. Do they have like propellers, or are they just like floating around?
Well, they're just floating. They have acclivity rods, which are basically anti-grav attachments.
Okay. Well, then it doesn't even matter.
Okay, yeah, because it depended on. I mean, is there anything else you want to investigate?
No, I think.
Okay.
I don't want to kill everyone, but make them blow up. That wouldn't be good.
Makes for good show.
Yeah.
We're the heroes.
Well, sometimes the heroes lose.
That's true. But let's see what the history books have to say.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna use one. Oh wait, how many of these do I have? 3. Oh man. Never mind. I'm not gonna waste my other power. I guess I'm just gonna run over closer to the rest of the group and just kind of make sure that that these prisoners are safe, and kind of. I don't look. I guess I'll just look see if I can see anything.
For clarification, the drones are still shooting everybody, so there are things you can do that would at least stop it from blasting people. You could grab them and take them into another area and let them blow up in your face. You could grab them and just lock them down, because you can probably hold each one with one hand. So there's a number of things you can do if you're looking for a scrap. But I wanted to let you know that's an option. They're still going to just keep shooting people. So there are, you can grab them even if you don't want them to explode on everybody. You could drag them to another room. You could pin them, to a ground so they have disadvantage when they shoot, or you can help with the bombing.
Okay, well, I guess then I'll run over there and try to take 2 of these drones and like throw them further away from everyone. Maybe try to slam them up against either the floor or a wall or something that will damage them in some way.
Okay, so that they explode on the other side.
Well, away. Like I want to grab them and push them further away.
Reduce my timer.
Don't reduce my timer.
Well, away from everybody.
Yeah, but when they die, it reduces the bomb timer.
Reduces the bomb time.
Well, then maybe I won't try to damage them, but rather just get them further
Over
away.
there?
So that they're not...
Gently
Okay.
get them away.
Please
Okay.
don't make anything else blow up.
Throw them down the
So
hallway.
go ahead
gently.
and give me, because you have extra attack, you can make 2 grapples. So why don't you go ahead and try to, you want to try to grapple 2 of them and then drag them away?
Sure.
How's Chet looking?
So that's going to be a 7 for a grapple.
Well, believe it or not, I got a 7.
Okay.
So I think that I still meet or beat. Or we can roll again, I guess.
Do a roll off. This is more fun. We know
Goodbye,
one shot
who's
onslaught
the
loves a
highest?
good
Well,
roll off.
doesn't... I feel like the aggressor normally...
Would the aggressor win that?
I don't know, but that's a 19 on a reroll.
Well, then you definitely won that. So as these things are releasing destructor fire, you go ahead and grab one. And as it's kind of like you're flailing about with one hand, you go ahead and you're going to want to try to grapple another one. Ah. 12.
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Just something to where they're not just shooting everybody.
There
There's
we
that
go.
long
All right.
hallway.
So you get a hold of both of them, and their acclivity rods are making it so you kind of, flail about a little bit. So your movement is really slowed by half because that's the way it works. You got 2 of these things grappled, and you start dashing towards just somebody say towards the hallway, going towards like the vault or the other side of the room or back to the stairwell.
Throw him to the cops.
The cops. I don't think I would throw them towards the cops. I think I would probably throw them towards the room I already blew up, so towards the vault.
Fucking Danny.
So you're gonna drag them towards the vault, right?
Yeah. Since it's already damaged.
All right, so you start dashing down this long hallway towards the vault with these things in hand, and you begin to pull them out of range of your allies. So, anything else? Do you have like a bonus action or anything?
No. I mean, my only bonus action would be to. No, I think I'm good. I'll just bring him over here, and then I'll just end my turn.
All right, Filbert. So you just saw your big lion buddy pounce on 2 of these things, grab
Did
one in
I?
each hand. Oh no, you're knocked out. Hang on, I got you.
Say, did
I
I?
got you. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's all imaginary, right? So Chet, you had just pounced on both of them, got a hold of them with your big, dangerous claws, and started dragging them away.
Are there death saving rolls?
There
this?
are. So
I got a 5.
Filbert. As you lay there unconscious, your mind is thrown back to that time when you were blasted with gamma rays. Tell us what was happening in that moment when you first acquired your powers.
Well, mine is training.
Oh, well, tell us about the moment you got blasted with gamma rays. That's you, right?
Oh,
you were not lucky enough. Okay.
Yes. All right,
all right. I got you. Tell us about the moment that you won the lottery and decided that you were gonna become a hero.
Yeah, so I was actually working in a lab at the time, and my coworker, who I really fucking didn't like, was
Damn it,
cleaning
Bill.
out the one of our X-ray tubes for this. It's really highly experimental, but he got blasted with gamma rays. Ended up getting super strength. I hated him already, and then I envied him and hated him more. And on my way home, it was like 11:30 midnight when I was heading home, and the only fast food restaurant on the way home that was open was Wendy's. So I pulled in to grab a Baconator on my way home, and I saw
Please don't
something.
sue us.
Yeah, so when I pulled in, my lights kind
we
of
said much worse things about different fast food restaurants. Don't worry.
my lights kind of flashed over something that gave off a little bit of a white glare, and I pulled over the car and went over, and it was actually a lottery ticket from 2 days ago. That was a winning lottery ticket for $500,000, give or take.
Credits.
Yes, credits, and I took it, I cashed it in, and decided right then and there that I was going to be able to beat my coworker's ass within a year. And I never found him again. He apparently died or something within that year. But if I met him today, I would definitely be able to beat his ass.
What was his name?
His name was the Hulk. But
and you still regret that not getting that opportunity?
Not really anymore, because A, he died, and B, I wouldn't have depression ate a baconator at midnight if I had been blasted with that. So I wouldn't have gotten all this money. And as far as I know, he died poor and like
irradiated.
And irradiated. But that's what kind of kicked me off on my journey of training and buying all my gadgets and drones.
So your body, your mind kind of flashes to all those moments where you purchased these fantastic gizmos and got to play with them, and your experimentation. It was very exciting at the time. And then your body kind of tosses around. You realize that your side is aching in pain as you've been exploded. Your face is probably all effed up. All right, drones are gonna get attacks, so they're gonna send a round. So it looks like so as Chet is just running, hauling ass down this tunnel to get these things away from you. The destructor blasts are just shooting off in every direction. Several of them hit him right in the arm, and he takes 9 points of radiant damage. And wow. Robin, one of them aims towards you, and starts sending more destructor fire your way. Blast, blast, blast. Your shield absorbs a few, but then it cracks and a blast penetrates through, leaving a shield as your energy shield, your force shield, as it repairs back, and it catches you right in the side. That's not bad. 7 points of damage.
Can I use my reaction?
Yes.
You cast shield.
Okay, so as you see this thing is breaking through your force armor, you quickly chant a spell and reinforce it with a barrier, and it hits, and it does not actually it doesn't make it through your defenses. Unfortunately, fucking speedster guy who's not even paying attention somehow still manages to dodge everything. So once again, the things are just blasting around, and you've slowed time so much. You can see them coming at you, and you're kind of debating whether you should move or not, or if you can cut this last wire. And you think about it for a second. You snip the wire, casually kind of move yourself out of the way, and then push the citizen, the hostage, out of the way as it just blasts right where they were at, taking a little small chunk out of the floor.
That's right, Jerry Higgins. I've a grease lightning hero.
All right, and with that, the police bust through. They start filing in. There's got to be a couple of dozen of them. They're all armed to the T with their destructor rifles, and leading them is the big red-headed woman, Commissioner Jordan. She's shouting commands. Immediately, they start trying to evaluate the situation, and she shouts a command to all of you, and she says, "We need to get these hostages out of here. Bomb squad, over here." And the animation is still running in the room, and she says, according to our intel, the bomber is in the vault still. And all she sees is this big furry lion ass running towards the vault section as she comes in. At this point, Robin, what do you do?
I'm gonna have to shout. We're pretty sure it's a hologram, but we're busy getting these guys free for you. And I'm going to use my fast hands again and try to disarm a couple more bombs. All right.
She shouts, "Support! We need help with defusing the bombs. The rest of you, start getting these people out." And so for this turn, you start seeing them kind of scatter throughout. Several have drawn weapons on the two drones. And for your next challenge, wait, did you have one? No, that's the other guy.
Yeah, I've got nothing pending.
Yep. We got a 1, 3, 4, 2, and a 5. Oh, that's nice.
And that's a nat 20 for a 27.
Oh my goodness.
So you're getting really good at this. At this point, one of the policemen kind of comes up over your shoulder as you're working this thing, and he says, "I can help." And he holds up a book, and you just look. I've already read that one, and you just start going to town, and you instantly know the combination. I'm not going to bother going through it. It is all in ascending order, and you quickly solve the puzzle and disarm another one.
I want to go for one more.
Okay.
How many are left, by the way, now?
This will be the one you're working on, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jerry's working on one, right?
Yeah, I've got one left.
And then this is the last one.
Uh-huh.
And your buddy's unconscious still, sleeping. So
Yeah.
I can do something about that, I think.
Give me some
Alright.
chili,
Stuff
Jerry.
doesn't explode.
Give me some chili.
5, 2, 6.
3, 5, 5, 6. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Go ahead and give me a check.
That is 19 plus 7, so 28.
20,
Yeah,
26.
26.
Once again, the guy's over your shoulder. He's like, "Well, I got this one too. It looks very familiar." And you just kind of shove him to the side. "Yeah, I've read that one too." You instantly identify it, and you're caught off guard for a second because the Bright Bomber had set up a trigger in this one, some strange discrepancy, but you're able to bypass it
Nice.
and cut it. There's only one left.
All right.
Anything else from Robin?
See, that guy might need some help. Point to
Yeah, I just got
Big
these.
grease lightning.
I got like 2 options it could be.
All right. So Jerry, what are you gonna do? You've got what are the numbers you have right now? 1.
I've got 16241, and I know that the first 3 numbers are 642. So it's
Okay.
just whether it's descending order or
All evens.
all evens. Yeah.
All right. So you can make a check to determine.
I guess I just gotta take a closer look and see what I can see. You know, I got no fancy policeman coming to help me. I just get
Giving you books.
He runs over and says, "I got a book for you."
Oh no, it's okay. I don't want to put you to no trouble. That's a 15.
You're not sure.
Fuck.
You're pretty sure. You're pretty sure it could be descending. As you're looking at these wires, you think you got it, but you're not. There's just that small smidgen of doubt that it's not descending. Small smidgen.
Hey, look, buddy. We're looking at this thing. It looks like it could be a descending. What do you think?
So as you're talking to him, you're still in your like super speed state. So you're like talking so fast, it's just like a scratchy record to him, and he's just kind of, his eyes are just kind of like slow down, and he kind of just, you finally get it. Oh duh. And you kind of you come out of it. He says, "Yeah, judging by this circuit, you know, this circuit needs to run here," and he kind of points out some stuff, and he says that he thinks it's high to low.
That's good enough for me. It's good enough for you. It's good enough for me. Let's hope nobody dies. And yeah, we're gonna go with that.
All right, you finish the connection. So you get to the end, and you're finally like, "Oh, it's good enough for him. It's good enough for me." And you cut it. Tick 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 tick, and it disables.
Oh, you beautiful bastard! I love
No,
you
you
so
son
much.
of a bitch.
Please don't arrest me, though. Let me. In fact, my friend is hurt. I need to tend to him.
So the policemen are now surrounded. We've got our buddy is carrying 2 of the drones into the so that was your action stuff. You still have movement in a bonus action, I think. Jerry,
Yeah,
anything?
I'm gonna dash to my fallen comrade. I don't think I can do anything other than that.
Except run to me really quick.
You run really quick and you stop. Well,
I'm
he's
just
certainly
gonna cradle
unconscious.
him in my gelatinous hands
I
until
don't
the next
think.
round.
I don't think
Just for
Filbert
6
wants
seconds,
that.
and then
I
after
don't
I'll
do
think
something.
Filbert wants that.
As he's touching you, it's like your body is like being stroked by like a handful of Vaseline.
I'm only unconscious. I'm not dead, so I can still kind of get that sensation of just like I'm gonna be dreaming. I'm just floating in jelly.
Yeah, it's just like you've just laying on like a kiddie pool full of Vaseline.
Chet is dashing with 2 of these things in his hand. You get almost right to the entrance of the vault, and you hear click. What do you do?
I'm going to
God damn it, Chet.
shove downward with the 2 drones and jump back.
All right, so as you shove your hands down, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Okay.
this could pop off so great.
23.
Nice. And as you do it, you push him down and you smash him, and this thing, you hear this woo, 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 as this small little hologram dissipates and shows this acclivity rod that then starts hovering the targets. You escape as it locks it in a levitating state so that the objects can't move, and you narrowly avoided it. So they're basically stuck under the levitation spell, and they can't move or anything, but they can still shoot.
Okay.
And you narrowly escape it as you break apart. And when you yeah, we'll go with that. All right, and you narrowly escape a potential trap that was designed to keep you helpless, and instead the drones are left there just kind of stuck.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do? Because that was basically just your movement.
Oh, well, if I still have my action, I would almost like to. I want to use. I don't know. So I guess it'd almost be kind of real cool if it works. I want to use my at-will ice beam, but more so to freeze the gun rather than like blow the thing up, or like freeze it to where it weighs it down and it drops down to the ground or something, or it's like
you can okay.
Well, it won't because it's in the anti.
Yeah, I was gonna say normally I'd be cool with that, but because it's locked in the trap, it's gonna be stuck there. But I am totally cool with the ice. So go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Okay. So ranged attack roll, and I chose.
You'll have advantage because it's just stuck there. It can't evade or anything.
Oh, advantage is good. The first one was a 6, and the second one is a 17.
Yes, you hit. So does that come out of your eyes, your ass, your mouth?
Yeah,
No,
he's
so
got
the
a lot
ice
of
beam
white-
comes out of my eyes. So
okay,
the
eyes.
ice comes out of the eyes. The fire explosion comes out of the mouth.
What comes out of the butt?
So you have ice eyes?
Yeah, ice beam eyes. Like
That is one hell of a cold
Or not
stare.
Wonder Woman, like Supergirl. Yeah, hell of a cold stare.
Supergirl can do that?
Yeah, she has.
Clearly, I don't read enough
She has
comics.
ice beams and fire breath, opposite of Clark.
Oh, that is
Anyway.
way cooler.
that is cooler.
Anyway, so you release these laser eyes with your cold gaze, and you freeze one of the targets as it just kind of sits there floating. And you can see that it's all the little worrying gizmos that were moving are kind of frozen and locked in place. All right. With that, the CCPD starts getting everything. They start ushering people out for protection. I need an intelligence check from, well, your buddy's unconscious. So one of the policemen administers a stim pack, shoots you right in the leg, and your body starts like jolting upright. You have 1 hit point. as you get up, which I think we're getting on our time here. So you end up getting up, and I want everyone to give me an intelligence check.
That is my jam, but I rolled a natural one, so no.
Be 14.
8.
Because I rolled crap.
Oh,
I ended up making Filbert intelligent instead of wise.
That's okay.
Which I think
pretty
like
wise, but not intelligent.
yeah, which I think for like the actual canon of Roll for
insightful.
Weird. You know what I mean? Like he's book smart, but like he doesn't. I don't know. I figured canon wise, it makes more sense.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of common sense.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, so what were the intelligence checks? 1, natural 1. That's not going to do shit.
Yeah.
It was an 8
14.
for me.
At 13.
What about Jerry?
8.
All right. So, wow, that didn't go great for you guys at all. All right. So, as the CCPD are gathering up the hostages, they're ushering them out the front. And Commissioner Jordan looks around. She says, "Where's the Bright Bomber? Did you guys capture her?"
No.
There was some kind of hologram there. That wasn't even like the real person.
And she starts to kind of think, she always gets away. How does she always?
Oh,
And
damn it.
she looks
Weirdo.
back. She looks back just as the hostages are walking out,
Motherfucker.
and one looks back, and she says, "Stop her!"
We just
And
got
everyone's
fucking Kaiser
confused and
Soze.
looked. They all look around. She's like, "What? Stop her!" And then she pulls off her hood. She smiles. She clicks her boots together and flies away.
Motherfucker. Why wasn't that the one we got the wrong fucking puzzle for?
So what? We gotta-
Somebody was disarming her thing, and I asked for another check. That it was different. I don't know who was that. Was that Robin?
Yeah.
I
The one
says
that
it looks different. Yes.
Yeah.
That was a small nod to it.
Oh, motherfucker.
But anyway, so Jordan walks up to you and says, "Damn it, she got away again. The DRT's on their way. Get out of here."
Oh, you
caused
beautiful,
enough damage.
beautiful person.
You don't gotta tell Jerry twice.
And with that, your characters retire, and the next day on the news, you hear radical vigilantes cause serious damage to credit union and loss of life.
Is this fucking Fox News?
Something like that. And then across the
Weasel
title is "Vigilantes should be held accountable for breaking the
What?
law."
I don't agree with that at all.
Tucker Carlson.
And then there's pictures. There is pictures.
Oh no.
Ooh, shit! I don't remember who got the. I didn't write it down.
Who got
Oh,
the
it
what?
was the guy jury rigging the it was
Me?
Filbert. Yeah, you were you jerry rigged up
Yeah.
your things and climbed, and there's a
Uh-huh.
picture of your character climbing up into the bank.
And you
It
know
says,
what?
"Hero or villain? Ally to the bomber?" I think so, and that's where we're gonna end tonight.
God damn it.
I want to thank you guys so much for
That was
play
fun.
testing Capes and Crooks.
was
Before we close out, I always like to ask everyone in my games to say who you played and something you really liked about the game, either something I did as a DM or something in the story or something another player did. So Adam, since you reached out to me, why don't you go first?
So yes, I played Filbert Fogel, the Gadgeteer training. I really liked it sounds funny, but when I went unconscious and I got to kind of expunge on how I got my powers, that was a lot of fun to get to do that kind of flashback when otherwise I was just unconscious and it would have just skipped my turn otherwise.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
I'm glad you like that. That's something that I personally love to do because I hate being the person that's turn just gets skipped. So I think that instead of saying you skip your turn, giving you a minute or two to talk about your backstory, fleshes out your character more. It gives you something to do and it shares it with the group. And so that's something I encourage every dungeon master and game master to do in their games. Unconscious characters need love too.
Yes, I agree. After this night,
Danny.
Let's not examine the phrasing of that too much.
So I played Robin, the Scarlet Falcon, the Genius Mystic, and I loved those puzzles. That was awesome.
Those were very fun.
They were.
Yeah, once my brain understood what it had to do, that was...
Then it all clicked.
I'm not super good at explaining it yet because I'm just getting used to it, so that's also probably my fault too. So.
The puzzle, I don't think the puzzle needs work.
No.
I think it was just...
My explanation.
I don't know. I might have just been our understanding.
It was 2 a.m. when I was trying to understand it.
Well, I got it the moment Gerundu got it. Like, we got it like the same exact time. I was like, oh, I get it now. And then I think after that it all clicked. And then the fun thing about that puzzle was there was some leniency where that one, Gerundu did not know for certain if it was going... descending order or just all evens, and that was a lot of fun to see if he's going to make that coin toss or if he's going to try to spend some more time to roll better for it. So that was fun.
Robin, was there anything else?
Just this was fun.
Thank you. Jeremy?
I played Chet Beastman, also known as Beast Hunter, and I like two things. So I like the system overall for sure, but I like how the initiative is determined beforehand so that you can get right to the action, and it's kind of like you said, it doesn't create like a pause in your thinking. You just jump right into it. And then I also liked how Jerry's just a weird little slime thing made of grease.
We should probably also
the game
mention
would not
that.
have been the same without Jerry Higgins.
We should also probably mention that we did roll initiative beforehand, and Justin was not just randomly picking the order for us.
Oh yeah,
because we did roll the initiative before the stream even started.
Eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed that we kept the same order every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as someone who's normally DMing, I like that you held me accountable for yelling.
That's why you got ambushed. Well, first the explosion sets up the ambush, and then you started yelling. I was like, fuck, I'm putting more than 2 over there. I'll put 4 over there.
I've just peeked my head under the door.
And last but certainly not least, our buddy Gerundu.
G and then Control Z. Yeah, hi, I'm Gerundu. I play Jerry Higgins, aka Grease Lightning, the speedster. I really enjoyed the unbridled machismo of Chet Beastman. Yeah, I also really enjoyed the puzzles and being dropped into a sewer
and being stinky, and then that just compounding on Chet
greasy man in my wrestling singlet.
It is worth noting that because of the time constraint, I did take away some agency, and I normally don't do that, but for one-shots, it almost seems necessary to get it done in a quick shot. But well, overall, what was your impressions of Capes and Crooks?
I loved it. I loved the character creation, and I love that it took me more than 30 seconds to pick all my spells like it does for D&D 5e when I'm just like, oh, yep, I gotta take that one. Mechanically, I gotta take that one, that one, that one. This was like, oh, shit. It took me about 30 minutes or more to pick all my spells and enhancements and everything, and at-will mechanics for this, because it's so flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean the degree of like customizability, it's sort of like the power sets are really modular, so you can just sort of mix and match. But bits that you like and interpret those, flavor-wise to match your powers. Like Jerry, everything's grease related.
Yeah, you had cloaking. What was your idea that you were going to use for cloaking the rest of us?
It would just cover everybody in a fine layer of grease.
You were going to put grease on all of us, Jerry?
Oh, yeah, because it's like, in the movies when you put a bit of Vaseline on the camera lens.
Yeah, but you don't put it on us, your friends.
Well, it's beneficial grease.
It would also stink, too.
It would have been stinky sewer grease, Jerry.
No, it comes from a special capsule I keep on my utility belt. It's not like
where's your utility belt at, Jerry?
Well, it's around my singlet.
You're wearing a singlet. And then I use
this is grease I developed specifically developed this grease to be delicious.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it doesn't stink.
It'd be like bacon. It's lovely.
I wanted to ask you guys, what did you think of the click mechanic for traps?
I like that.
Yes.
When it's click instead of just boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have that moment to realize
the oh shit moment.
What's going to happen.
Yeah, after that first
potentially
one,
use a reaction
when that happened,
like that.
and I especially, speaking of that click mechanic, when fucking Chet just jumped over the vertical trap was very fun.
I was surprised nobody said, "Can I disarm it?"
Everyone's like,
let's just jump, dive, don't roll, time, something.
Jump,
but
back up, slowly back up, quickly back up,
click
run
is
up,
too late.
jump.
Yeah, it feels like it's too late. And
Click means run. Boom
I mean, I was
next.
super fast and did have thieves' tools, but it didn't occur to me until later.
You notice I didn't say that there was any explosion until Chet jumped. So everyone took an action, and then Chet, because I went to Chet last for that very reason. I just realized that. But and that's something that I'm experimenting with, and that was only the second time I had used it, so I'm always looking for feedback. So
I've seen someone speak about that on Twitter, and it always seemed like a really good mechanic to me.
It's a lot of fun. Well, thank you guys so much. If you don't know, I am Justin. I am the host of the Crit Academy Dungeons & Dragons discussion podcast. I'm also a best-selling content creator for products and you name it. Capes Crooks is going to be our second Kickstarter that comes out on 6/29 of this month. That's next week. I'm super excited. And I hope that if you're watching this or listening to this, you'll want to come and check it out and maybe back it and help bring it to life. I mean, I've got a lot written already, but it's still, it's mostly mechanics and not as much lore as I would like. So
what's the dates to start and finish for that again?
The start date is June 29th and it ends on July 29th.
July 29th. So you got exactly 30 or 31 days, however calendars work.
Should be 30, yeah. So we're really excited.
You just said a month and we cut yourself some slack there.
Yeah.
I want to thank Adam for allowing me this opportunity. You can visit critacademy.com/capesandcrooks if you want to follow along. If this is something you're interested in following along, I highly encourage everyone to back at the first day, even if it's for $1, because the algorithms love number of backers those first 24 hours more than money. So even if it's just $1, it has a lot of clout. So we're encouraging everyone to do that. So.
And you can go there now. I just posted both the links in the chat. But if you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube and you don't see the chat, I mean, God, you just go to Kickstarter and search for Capes and Crooks. And you can click on Notify Me on launch. Right now, Justin, you've got 92 followers. Which for a week out is a pretty good amount of followers that it seems like they're going to be backing it at launch. So
we're super excited. We created a group a while ago and it's almost at 900 people. So we're hoping that some of those people that join the group are also going to back it, but we'll see. So
yeah, so go check that out. That's all I got. Go check that out. Where Danny, you got anything you want to plug before we head out?
Not really. You can find me here. Every other Tuesday we do That's Pretty Crafty. We just had yesterday. That's why I'm not feeling like I've got anything coming up. It's 2 more weeks, but we're coming up to the Summer of Zombies. So we'll be talking about Shaun of the Dead to start with. We've got World War Z. We've got a couple of video games. We've got all zombies all summer and zombie-related crafts, so keep an eye out for that.
And we don't even know when the next That's Pretty Crafty is going to be exactly yet, because Dana's going to be in town with Dragonbait and me
Yes.
over here. So we will probably be doing an in-person That's Pretty Crafty. Maybe like Monday instead of a Tuesday, or Sunday even, maybe. Who knows? We'll find.
Just, keep an eye on our Twitter and our Instagram, and we'll keep you up to date.
Gerunda, what you got?
I think it's Shitty Cowboys week, right?
It is Shitty Cowboys week.
So, I'm going to be settling up with Sean Marston, and character is Jambalaya Pendergrass in Shitty Cowboys, and I think we're going to have some kind of shop or beach episode or something, because we just rounded out like an arc that took us like 4 months to play out. So, other than that, I think, well, I'm Silas Lancaster in Roll for Weird. I'm not sure when we're going to do another episode of that. We missed this month, so but you'll catch us on the pod feed and so on, and then you can find me on Dice Talk when that comes back relatively soon, and also on NBA when that also comes back. Well, I will be Flex Gristle, one half of your studio announce team for the Motorist Bloodsport Association.
Brittany, by the way, brought that up today. She's like, when are you bringing back NBA? That's like one of my favorite things you do. It's like where I'm waiting until I have our basement studio, because that's like a daytime show, and with our kids running around right outside my wall, it would not work. What about you, Jeremy?
I am Jeremy, and you can find me on Twitter at Tabletop Jeremy. I got all sorts of different products on the DMs Guild. You can also find me here on the Majestic Goose Network. I am the other half of Dice Talk, along with Gerundu. That is a tabletop interview style podcast where we talk about tabletop topics, and we interview content creators and other people related to the hobby. You can also find me on Eclipse. Eclipse is Dungeons and Dragons in Space. That is a podcast that comes out every other week. Adam plays an Illithid on there. I am the DM. It's pretty exciting. You can also find me on Roll for Weird playing Shadow. I believe we're playing on the 16th of July, to answer your question, Gerundu. And you can also find me on Doom Clock, which is a Shiver podcast. We've recorded one non-continuous episode, and then we recorded our very first actual in-canon episode last month. So we got another one coming up in about 3 weeks or so. And yeah, I'm probably still missing something. I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and stop there.
So yeah, I like plugging, since now I'm up to like 12 shows now, I like to plug the newest stuff like Doom Clock. Doom Clock should be hitting your pod feeds as soon as this coming Monday. Will be the edited version of the first half of the first hunt. And that is a monthly stream and a bi-weekly podcast. It's going to be the first Friday of every month, except for this month and except for next month, because Danny will be in town with Dragonbait, and we don't want to minimize our time with Dragonbait and Danny. We don't want to just like seclude Dragonbait while me and Danny record Doom Clock. But the podcast should still be dropping on schedule. And also Lore and Pour. Lore and Pour is a show. It's like drunk history meets D&D lore. I'm going to try to get Justin on an episode, because I think Justin would be a lot of fun on one.
It's a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of fun to do, and I think with Justin it would be a very good episode. We pretty much get drunk and talk about D&D lore. And other than that,
that sounds badass.
It's my favorite Majestic Goose podcast.
It is. And guess what? I just recorded one with Joseph Timmis from the Nerd Asylum last Friday, and then I'm going to record one with Anthony Joyce, who's like a DM's Guild author, and he writes for like even Wizard of the Coast sometimes. I'm doing that one Friday, cool and guy. Then next Friday I'm doing one with Dragonbait and Danny live in person here. So I've got 3 weeks straight of getting drunk and talking about D&D, and then I'll try to get Justin here on one soon. And yeah, thank you so much, Justin, for hosting this, for running this. I had so much fun. I love the system. Can't wait to back it. Can't wait for it to come out.
Thank you.
And and we'll you may be listening to this on the One Shot Onslaught podcast feed, or you may be watching it on YouTube or Twitch rerun. Either way, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and we will talk to you all here probably very, very soon, because we have a lot of content on this show. Hey, thank you so much for following Crit Academy. I wonder who that is. Thank you, everybody. We will see you later.
Cheerio.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.